The Bills are back at it today at St. John Fisher University. One of their final 2 practices there before heading back to Highmark Stadium on Saturday for the return of the blue and red practice and scrimmage. We heard from Jeff Rogers and Joe Brady earlier this week. Jim Leonard will speak this morning. In case you missed anything throughout the week, you can find all of the coach and player audio on demand at WGR550.com. Coverage of training camp on WGR presented by Fiegel Car and Joyce, your border attorneys, by Outlet Liquor. When you need to stock up, it's the place to buy a case. What's your outlet? And by the Barnes Firm. Car crash? You've got to call the Barnes Firm. 1-800-8-million. Around the NFL, Rams edge rusher Myles Garrett, dealing with lower body soreness, returned to practice yesterday, and the Rams hosted Aaron Donald for a workout as well. The Commanders, they signed Stephon Diggs, formerly of the Patriots. NFL Network's Cameron Wolfe reports that the Browns will alternate quarterbacks Shadur Sanders and Deshaun Watson as their preseason starters as well. Listen to Show Up in Bulldog all week for your chance to win tickets to see Jeff Foxworthy in the grandstand at the Erie County Fair on August 19th. Tickets on sale now at ecfair.org. And don't forget, your concert ticket includes your admission for the day of the show. That's your Paddock Chevrolet Sports Update. Paddock Chevrolet with you for the extra mile since 1935. I'm Joe Cali for Western New York's Voice of the Fan, WGR.
It's Jeremy White and Joe DiBiase.
It's going to be an always sunny dog with like a fried egg on it. There's my guess.
Oh, that's not bad. All right.
Famous Philadelphians: Will Smith, Kevin Bacon, Richard Gere. 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon dog.
Also Rocky, the Italian stallion.
Yo, Adrian!
But what do you do with that? How do you play off Italian stallion? You're not putting horse meat on it, are you?
You what?
Yeah, right. Horse meat.
All sports, all the time. And apparently a little food talk, too, on WGR.
Happy Hall of Fame game day. Joe's repping the Arizona Cardinals. You're on the Cardinals tonight.
I'm repping Trey McBride, but yeah.
On the Cardinals tonight.
I'm on the Cardinals.
Your Cardinals.
My tanking Cardinals that will win 2 games this year. But maybe they'll win tonight.
Will that be good enough for the number 1 pick?
2 wins?
Yeah.
Might come down to tiebreakers. Miami's pretty bad, too.
I saw one of these, it's time for everyone to predict every NFL game, and someone predicted Miami to go 1-16.
Really? Okay, so yeah. 2 would not. Imagine winning 2 games and you don't pick first.
Couldn't Miami feasibly go 0-17? Really?
Are they good? They're going to be that bad?
It seems very possible. Maybe
I
not.
mean, what are they? Who's good on the team?
Their quarterback might be okay. He might be okay, right?
But if my first name I get to is the quarterback who's attempted 80 passes in his career is the thing that might be good about them, that's a tough place to live. Not 80, 150. Yeah, he might be okay. He might be fine. I mean, he runs at the very least, so he'll be exciting. Achan's good, and that's probably the end of the list, I think. Name a Dolphins receiver.
Is Malik Washington still there? Because he's on my list of.
Let me look.
I'm a truther for that guy.
Let's see. He's listed as he's their number 1 wide receiver.
He scored a touchdown against the Bills last year.
Wow, look at this list of receivers. Terrace Marshall Jr.
Tutu Atwell.
Remember him? Tutu Atwell. Jalen Tolbert. Not Keon Coleman, but Kevin Coleman.
Rookie.
Yep. Jalen Reagor. I mean, this is just a no man's land of receivers in Miami. They could go 1 win. This is, I don't know about the draft. The draft's supposed to be like multiple guys that can go in the top 3, 4 anyway. So like the year, did it go Williams 1, Daniels 2, Drake May 3? That was recent where you had 3 guys. So, my Cardinals might be okay if they only win 2 games.
Your Cardinals.
They've only been good twice in history.
Do I have a second team here that I could say are like last year's my Falcons because I had so many Falcons players and Dynasty and assorted spaces.
They weren't very good.
It's my other team here if I have another team. I don't know.
If you had to pick a second team?
Yeah, like who I'd like to see win, who I'd root for.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
The Bills don't win the Super Bowl. Who would you like to see it?
And I get to pick?
You get to pick. Anyone you want.
That's a great question. Remember we did this last year and everyone picked the Chiefs? Or was that 2 years
It
ago?
wasn't exactly.
Was it 2 years ago? It was
2 years
the
ago, I
Bills
think,
can't.
yeah.
The Bills aren't going to win the AFC. Who do you want to win? And
Right.
the winner was the Chiefs
Because
they're the devil you know, as opposed to the devil you don't.
would that still be the answer?
I think yes.
People would
Yes.
still rather see the Chiefs
It's
win the AFC.
actually only gotten worse.
See,
The noise around Allen not making a Super Bowl is getting louder. Has anyone else seen like 7 clips in the last 7 days about how now's the time? When's he going to do it? Right there, ProFootballTalk.com this morning. How can Josh Allen and the Bills break through? Now all of a sudden, the Drake May conversation has led to what if New England is just now forever in their way? I saw a clipboard today. Colin Cowherd called him, Drake May and the Patriots, like the better quarterback. They have the better coach, the better quarterback, the historical momentum. That was a phrase that was used about New England. Historical momentum. Historical momentum is what New England has. Okay, great. Anyway, I found myself like watching some of these and thinking, man, I hope the joy of this season isn't ripped away by this constant feeling that if it doesn't happen right now, it never will. It's only going to get worse with each year. That's the other thing. Mm-hmm. It's only going to get worse. Here I am saying, like, I hope it doesn't rip the joy out. And at 6:06, I'm like, if they don't win, it's going to get worse. So sorry.
But that's right, I think. I think the only difference you could say about the Chiefs from when we would have originally asked that question is they might not be good now. They might not be as good, at least. And picking them would be, okay, they're back. They're great again. They're in the Super Bowl, so they turned it around. Mahomes was healthy, and Worthy had a breakout at receiver, and the defense was really good again. Like, everything just kind of worked out for them. Because 2 years ago, they would have been fresh off making the Super Bowl, right? And still a power in the conference. And it was only one bad year, but it was one bad year off of a lucky year. And Mahomes is coming off an injury, and the roster is bad. And, like, I definitely would not answer Chiefs because, to me, answering Chiefs means they're back. And I'm not assuming they're back at all. Right now, I would probably pick them to miss the playoffs if you made me pick the NFL season today. And was it who was Connor Orr who just did that where he picked every game? And he had the Chiefs missing the playoffs. So I think maybe it would be a little bit different now because they're down, Kansas City, compared to where they would have been.
Well,
you wouldn't pick the Chiefs.
I would not pick the Chiefs. If someone's got to win it and it's not the Bills, who would I pick?
The Vikings, maybe.
No.
You're rooting for players, aren't you?
Yeah, I like the Rams players, a lot of their players.
How about Washington? Diggs?
No,
not
Washington. I don't know. You know me. I like when narratives kind of die, and whether that's the Cowboys or if that's going to be the 49ers, so we could get over this, Kyle Shanahan thing.
What's the Cowboys narrative is what?
No narrative. Well, I don't know, Jerry Jones or whatever.
Okay.
Just like when I don't even know if I want to say like unexpected things happen, but I don't know. I don't really have. It usually gets into a season and I'll start to like the way a team plays.
Yeah.
But in the NFC,
I understand the Niners thing.
Yeah.
Because Shanahan's got a lot of that.
He's too good to not have one. He's Josh, except he's the coach.
They're also fighting against superpowers right now in the
electrical
substation.
Stuff. Yeah. So I don't know. It's tough to pick one for me.
The Rams?
I guess, but then people will be mad because the Rams are a super team, right? Isn't that a thing?
You're rooting for the favorite at that point. Aaron Donald works out yesterday. He's going to be back. I saw Sam Monson with a bunch of tweets. Like, I think you should expect him to be as good as he was when he left.
What's not to like about them?
The Rams?
Yeah. They make bold trades. They go for it. I don't know.
Stafford's likable.
Yeah.
McVay's likable.
I guess the moral of the story is here, I don't really have a good answer. Like if the Bucks with Baker, if Baker won, that'd be cool.
Well, let's do the other way. Who would you would hate to see win it?
The Patriots.
The Patriots. You've got a bit of an Eagles thing.
Yes, the Eagles. I love rooting against the Eagles.
Sirianni.
Sure. I don't know. Maybe it feels like it's too early in the season. I guess I build up my yearly hatred or disdain through the months of September, October, November. It'll probably be whatever fan base does whatever, or
or a quarterback,
or something. I'll find my way there.
Pittsburgh, by the way, would be another one.
Oh, definitely not
Pittsburgh.
But that's not. You don't have to spend your time rooting against them. They're just not that good.
Right. Exactly.
So you have to worry about it. Anyway, good morning, everybody. Jeremy and Joe. And, yes, you mentioned Aaron Donald working out for the Rams. The Bills worked out some inside linebackers. The Rams worked out Aaron Donald. It's not a shot at the Bills. It's just, look around the league. Who's working out? Guys you've never heard of hoping to get a 53rd spot, and Aaron Donald, which, does that mean that they are a lock to win the whole thing? No. Guys got to stay healthy. Myles Garrett's been battling some back soreness, missing some practices, but now he's back in. But it's the Hall of Fame game tonight. The class of this year's Hall of Fame, how many of these guys, you know all these guys, right? We're at the spot where you guys are old enough that the guys going in, you watched play their entire career?
Ooh, probably their entire career. Okay. Or close to it. Yeah.
This year's class includes Luke Kuechly, of course.
Yeah, I remember Luke Kuechly being drafted.
Yeah, Luke Kuechly. That's why the Cardinals are in this game. Luke Kuechly and Larry Fitzgerald are the two why these two teams are in this game.
Yeah, Larry Fitzgerald, same thing. Like, one of my favorite players growing up. Like, I would remember his entire career. From the beginning when he was on a horrible Cardinals team to the Super Bowl. He caught would have been a legendary Super Bowl play.
Touchdown, yeah.
Right? But it kind of gets wiped because of the drive that Pittsburgh put together right after.
Yep. Others in this year's Hall of Fame class, Roger Craig, Adam Vinatieri, and the one I kind of wanted to talk about today a little bit was Drew Brees. Because is Drew Brees, it's one of those would you takes. Isn't Drew Brees the closest to Allen right now that we would say? Like, he was great for a long time. He won it once. One time he won it. And you probably feel like he should win. He should have had more, but he played in an era where there are other greats. That's a part of it. But the Saints got one Super Bowl.
Yeah, that was it.
That's it.
He got it pretty early after he was truly great, right? Like, was he great with the Chargers at the beginning? He was good.
He was fine with the Chargers. He was not great with the He had one very, very good year and maybe two good years. But his first three seasons, Drew Brees was like even on touchdowns and interceptions. In fact, underwater, 29-31.
Right. So he goes to New Orleans and then, bam, he's great from there.
Yeah.
And he wins it in his fourth year in New Orleans. But he is 30, which is, by the way, what Allen is right now. He also does he ever really come close again? That's the other thing about Brees is
he does.
He's not in another Super Bowl.
Right.
He doesn't make it back.
He gets close when they had the interference call that should have been called on Nickel Roby-Coleman.
Right.
That should have been a Super Bowl appearance.
That's right.
When the Rams went there and won on that horrible missed call. So he should have been to 2. And who knows? If he wins a second one, that's probably different. But
that's old. He's 40 when that happens.
Yeah. But Brees won it at age 30. It's his only one. And I know that their style's not the same really at all. I mean, Brees would never run, was not physically imposing. He was the surgeon out there. He was great to watch. His defenses also were really almost never good. The Saints
never.
Like, who were the Saints around Brees?
You know who he kind of reminds me more of is Burrow. I mean, Burrow ends up not winning one. But in terms of, like, he threw for 1 billion yards because, one, his offense was great and his defense was terrible. And that was the story that felt like the story of the Saints every single season.
Yeah.
Like, Brees would put up, I mean, look at some of the he put up 5,400 yards in a season. Why did that probably happen? The offense, I'm sure, was incredible. The defense was probably bad. They had a lot of years in there where they were bad. Maybe that exact year they weren't, but many, many of those years, he had to lift up that team with Sean Payton. So, yeah, like, I mean, for him to be, he's second in, like, every category, I think, all-time passing. Like, Brady passed him when he was, like, 44. But otherwise,
he put up numbers.
Yeah, all the stats, he's top tier all-time. And, to only win one Super Bowl, like, that feels like a guy that probably should have had multiple. But doesn't matter. Does a Saints fan care? A Saints fan's probably perfectly happy with how that all went. He was there for over a decade. He was great, and I got my one Super Bowl. Good. If you're a fan base, especially, that had never won one before. And they had certainly never won one before. They had really, like the Cardinals earlier, the Saints, had they ever been good before Brees had been there?
Not I mean,
really.
Not a lot. No, they're the Aints, and they're wearing paper bags over their head, and the highlights are of Archie Manning running backwards.
I wasn't familiar with the Aints as
no?
as a nickname.
The Aints. The Aints.
I did not know that.
Solid, right?
That's pretty good.
Pretty solid.
Uh-huh.
The Aints.
Yeah.
Drew Brees. Well, age 30, and that's Allen's age.
Right.
If he wins it this year, it's funny. Like every conversation about if the Bills ever actually won it, it involves. To me, it's like going through a black hole. What's on the other side? I have no idea. We can all sit here and hypothesize about, well, what would we talk about? Would we want another one? I have no idea. I can't see on the other side of this black hole. But when we get pulled through that thing, and on the other side where Matthew McConaughey looking at, traveling through time or whatever it is, like every conversation about if they were to win it, like, stop. What do we do with ourselves? Right? Is the city still standing?
That's the first question.
It's hard.
Where the parade is, of course, and how that all goes. And then I think it's right. I'm guessing it is. All right, go catch Mahomes now.
Right, go get another one, and then
Get to 3.
Yes, sure.
Get to 3, catch Mahomes, and let's see if you can throw yourself into being the best quarterback of this generation. And then, if things go really well, then maybe someday down the road we're having GOAT debates. But that would probably be much more than one for that to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking go catch Mahomes. Does everybody think right now he's better than Mahomes? Right now? Right now, probably people think that around here. If your legacy is going to touch that, then after him getting one, which it is hard to see beyond that, I would believe that I would be thinking, the next thing is go get another one so that you can get within one. And let's start going down that path. Because that's all at that point, that's all you're really fighting for, right? It's legacy, it's all-time stuff, it's dynasty talk. It's because I don't know. Everything right now is so much about just getting one that I think that's the only thing that would exist after you got the one. It would feel like mission accomplished. And you would only be through half of his career. So it would be odd in a good way, a very good way.
Yeah. 803-0550, our number, and 1-888-550-2550. The Bills back to it today at St. John Fisher. They had yesterday off. Howard Simon's going to come in studio at 8 o'clock today and discuss the Bills with us and discuss this idea, this notion that he's not going to pick the Bills anymore on game days.
Yeah. We're going to press him. Hard questions.
In his mind, pick the Bills rests with the ruins of the stadium. Down forever.
He left it in the stadium, even though he never did it in the stadium.
Yeah, you're right. He probably never did it in the stadium.
Yeah.
You're going to the new stadium today, right?
Yes.
You're going in. There's a small media function event. You get to eat food.
Right. Yeah, that was the food in.
I want you to ask to see the smoker, Zeus. The giant smoker.
I'm not even going to say the smoke. I'm just going to walk in can I see Zeus?
Right. Where is Zeus? Let's see it.
Where is Zeus? Yeah. I looked at pictures of it after we talked about it yesterday, and it is a monstrous
It's like the size
thing.
of a truck, a dumpster. I mean, it's huge.
Yeah.
So excited to get down there on Saturday for the blue and red.
There's a chicken parm sandwich I saw a video of yesterday.
That's right.
teasing.
Rizzo's House of Parm across the border. They have partnered up and added that. I saw a menu board of lots of different kinds of sandwiches.
Mm-hmm.
So we're about to enter the 20th century of not just other stadium amenities, but food. It'll be more like the Sabres in some spots where you can walk into a market and scan stuff and get out of there, and you don't have to actually wait in line or anything like that. So there's a future. It's kind of like the black hole thing about the championship. I don't know what games are going to be like in that place, but once we start going, it's a totally different life. And the old stadium being gone, maybe that'll hit a certain way when we get down there. Every one of these videos of it coming down were like, oh yeah, another piece, and now the skeleton is about to be gone too, like the bones that are on the ground. So it's I'm guessing on Saturday it'll be quite a drastic juxtaposition of the new palace and then the other one is down before you even go into the new one.
Right. And also,
they say the body's not even cold yet. Like you're going in, and that's already down.
Well, and the body's still there, right? Like
the
rubble is still sitting there. They haven't pulled it away yet. I mean, I'm imagining that will be taking place as the season is undergoing, but all the twisted metal and concrete is just going to be sitting there. So that might hit in a different way too. I am excited for that first crowd pop, honestly, on Saturday. Because, well, we even kind of got to feel the wind confusion the last time we did a tour and we were down on the field and it was a windy day. And you see the concourses and the angles of the seat, how high up you feel, but on top of the field you feel from the top deck. But the thing we've heard about a lot is the noise and how much louder it'll be in there, bouncing back off the canopy. But that's one that I feel like it's really impossible to simulate. Like that you won't actually get a full taste of until everybody is in there. And on Saturday, I think it's going to be like 60,000 people in there.
You say the first pop. What will that be? When will that be?
Will it just be when Allen runs on the field?
Maybe. Don't you think that people going on Saturday will want to get there early and just do laps of the place and maybe not be in their seats?
That's what I kind of plan to do.
If I offered you, granted, you don't have to pick between these two things, but ranking the things you're excited to see on Saturday. Mm-hmm. Ready? 1, parts of the stadium. 2, the Bills practicing. What's more interesting?
The stadium.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to go to my seat. I'm going to take a look and then say, hey, let's go see what other food stands there are. Let's go look for the standing room places. Let's find the closest bathroom. I don't know. I don't even know all the places that are going to be in there. Mm-hmm. So let's go check out the club level, even though we're not allowed in. Let's go look at where the bouncers are, even the place outside of the ticketed area. Because, again, one thing we're going to start to have in part of our life is a security section and then a ticketing section. So you have, a rotunda almost outside of the stadium. Is that right? I don't know if that's the right word. I think
it probably
I don't know what they're calling it, but
yeah.
Anyway, I don't know if there's going to be a major big first pop on Saturday. The opener, when they come out, maybe that's the first time we get a true sense of how loud it can be.
Introductions.
Maybe we get that in the preseason because preseason tickets are a hot commodity on the secondary market, and we might have our first ever, it's third down, and the quarterback, pick a quarterback who they play. They play Carolina, right? Yeah. So
Kenny Pickett.
There's Kenny Pickett calling a timeout because it's too loud in a preseason game. I feel like that could happen.
On third down, let's test out the train horn.
Let's make that a mission right now.
To make Kenny Pickett.
Let's get Kenny Pickett to call a timeout because he can't hear. Come on. Would it be the first ever?
They will be full. I mean, they're going to sell out these preseason games.
Yes.
In fact, they might already be sold out. But because tickets on the secondary market are crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, I can't fathom that, though. Are the Bills even playing into that? Are they playing the train horn in the preseason game?
I mean, I feel like everybody's getting ready for what their job is.
So the train horn guys got to test it.
Also, it's a new train horn.
Yeah, because it's a real train horn.
Yeah.
It's not a. Well, is it? It's a real sound or it's a real train horn?
I think
is it still a button they're pushing on an audio board, or is it like a? Are they pulling a
You're asking
a string
where like air goes through a thing and comes out like an actual horn instead of just a digital file?
Basically, that's
a question for you to ask today.
Okay.
During
the food tasting.
when you're down there eating brisket, like hey, about that train horn.
Yeah. What are we talking? Is it a real train horn or just a real train horn sound?
I'm gonna guess it's a button.
It's still a button?
Still a button. It's a digital file that sounds like a really good train horn.
Would you think you couldn't get the real train horn to be loud enough? Well, those things are pretty loud. There's train tracks like, a couple miles from my house, and I hear the trains.
This is approaching the chicken wing meter noise being, just saying, I'm putting that out there. This is approaching that. You're not saying you believe it. I didn't believe it either. We kind of talked our way through it.
Uh-huh.
If it was a real train horn, one side of the stadium would be blasted by the sound.
Good point.
And the other side of the stadium would barely hear it.
True.
Could they install multiple small train horns?
Now it's all the way to the chicken wing noise meter is real. Yeah,
I'll get you there.
I like it.
Because if there was a real train horn if it was a real train horn also, what are they doing to make the sound? Is it like they're pulling a string?
That can still be a button. Can it not?
Yeah.
Well, because what I'm imagining is instead of or on top of a legend of the game, maybe this is the legend of the game, it's an honorary conductor of the day. And that former player, like, give him the conductor hat, and every time it's third down, he hits that
Hits
horn.
the button.
Yeah. And they put him up on the video. Thurman Thomas is today's legend of the game. He's got the conductor hat on. It's 3rd and 10. Video board goes to Thurman. Bam, hits the button.
Does he sit in, like, is there a section where it looks like
Love it.
the front of a train? He's got a hat. And,
Yep. The train section.
Yeah.
In.
All this is all these are things I'm excited to learn. But the other thing I was going to bring up is yesterday was the uniform schedule. Today, again, this event for some media tasting, like the taste of the stadium. Is today going to be the day that they fully release like menus? Here are the prices. Here's your concessions. Here are your right. That's the thing that new stadiums do. The Falcons famously did that. The Masters does that. Here are the prices. Here. Couldn't that be today? Keep the momentum going.
I think that could be. I wonder if it would. Yeah, I don't know about the prices part of it.
There
I'm not
was
sure.
there was a picture online yesterday from someone in the stadium that had taken a picture of exactly this, of like one of the stadium boards to see prices.
Yeah.
And there were a lot of sandwiches, and they were expensive-ish sandwiches. So I don't know exactly what level it was, but ready to find out. Come on, Bills.
I think
Send us the menu.
I think one of the things that happened while you were gone is the big broken table in the stadium.
I did know about that.
You knew about that?
I
Yeah.
knew that was coming, and I think it
Okay.
has been executed beautifully.
Yeah. Yeah.
Using existing steel, like how do we make this look a little cooler than just steel beams? Like how about a table? Pretty good. 803-0550, our number. We've got shots of audio today, the best shots of audio brought to you by Outlet Liquor. That's coming up a little bit later. Howard Simon at 8 o'clock. The Bills are back to the practice field today. Stephon Diggs has a new team. He signs with the Commanders, and the Bills are one day closer to the blue and red. Talking about it with you. Want to give us a call? We have a wide open spot for you. Hang with us if you're on hold. 803-0550 on WGR. If he wins it this year, it's funny. Like every conversation about if the Bills ever actually won it, it involves. To me, it's like going through a black hole. What's on the other side? I have no idea. We can all sit here and hypothesize about, well, what would we talk about? Would we want another one? I have no idea. I can't see on the other side of this black hole. But when we get pulled through that thing, and on the other side where Matthew McConaughey looking at, traveling through time or whatever it is, like every conversation about if they were to win it, like, stop. What do we do with ourselves? Right? Is the city still standing?
That's the first question.
It's hard.
Where the parade is, of course, and how that all goes. And then I think it's right. I'm guessing it is, all right, go catch Mahomes now.
Right, we'll get another one. And then
Get to 3.
Yes, sure.
Get to 3, catch Mahomes, and let's see if you can throw yourself into being the best quarterback of this generation. And then, if things go really well, then maybe someday down the road we're having GOAT debates. But that would probably be much more than one for that to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking go catch Mahomes. Does everybody think right now he's better than Mahomes? Right now? Right now, probably people think that around here. If your legacy is going to touch that, then after him getting one, which it is hard to see beyond that, I would believe that I would be thinking, the next thing is go get another one so that you can get within one. And let's start going down that path. Because that's all at that point, that's all you're really fighting for, right? It's legacy, it's all-time stuff, it's dynasty talk. It's because, I don't know, everything right now is so much about just getting one that I think that's the only thing that would exist after you got the one. It would feel like mission accomplished.
Bills are back at it today at St. John Fisher University, one of their final 2 practices there before heading back to Highmark Stadium on Saturday for the return of the blue and red practice and scrimmage. We heard from Jeff Rogers and Joe Brady earlier this week. Jim Leonard will speak this morning. In case you missed anything, you can find all of the coach and player audio on demand at WGR550.com. Coverage of training camp on WGR, presented by Fecal Car and Joyce, your border attorneys, by Outlet Liquor. When you need to stock up, it's the place to buy a case. What's your outlet? And by the Barnes Firm. Car crash? You've got to call the Barnes Firm. 1-800-8-million. Around the NFL, the Hall of Fame game tonight. The Panthers and the Cardinals duking it out. Rams edge rusher Myles Garrett dealing with a lower body soreness, returned to practice on Wednesday. The Rams, they hosted Aaron Donald for a workout. The Commanders, they signed Stephon Diggs yesterday, formerly of the Patriots, of course. NFL Network's Cameron Wolfe reports that the Browns, they will alternate quarterbacks Shadur Sanders and Deshaun Watson as preseason starters. That's your Paddock Chevrolet Sports Headlines. Paddock Chevrolet with you for the extra mile since 1935. I'm Joe Cali for Western New York's Voice of the Fan, WGR.
It's still the Bills' division. Okay, it won't be the Patriots' division until I see them win without the schedule they had. And people are like, oh, well, they split last year. Yeah, but I look at what happened once they got in the playoffs. Gerald, they went to the Super Bowl. Yes, but I look at this offense that the Patriots had. They were averaging 28 points in the regular season. They didn't face a top 10 defense all year. As soon as they got in the playoffs, 28 went all the way down to 16. Whereas you have Josh Allen, they call him Superman because he does more with less. We see what he did with Stephon Diggs. Now he has another number 1 wide receiver in DJ Moore. Mm-hmm. James Cook led the league in rushing. You put all that together, you partner with Joe Brady, it is their division to lose.
Gerald McCoy, former Bucks defensive tackle, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, long time.
He go anywhere else? 6:35 on a Thursday. Asking
Gerald McCoy's career.
Yeah. I just, What else? What are you guys up to today? Not much. I do have a follow-up.
Yeah, year in Carolina and 1 game with the Raiders.
Oh, all right. I do have a follow-up about the Akron Zips offensive coordinator thing we got to get to.
Okay.
We should discuss it. Nick in Hamburg's up first, though. Nick, good morning.
Morning. How are you guys doing today?
Good.
Hey, got a question/speculation. I know you guys like to always talk about uniform combos on the radio. What are the chances they actually give us a true red and blue scrimmage on Saturday, and we got red helmets on one side and blue helmets on the other? And if not that, what helmet do we think Josh might be wearing on Saturday?
I bet he wears the Nickel City Alt. Won't they want him to? He always makes a stir with what helmet he wears, like a made-up helmet that isn't real. Mm-hmm. Now they have a real new one that they want people to like, and I would imagine he just wears that. Because if he wears a random one that he just cooks up, that's kind of strange. They just introduced a new one.
Yeah, so he had cooked up a new one every year until last year when he wore the red helmet.
Because they were going to wear the red helmet.
Right.
So now he's going to wear the new one, would be my guess.
I would also guess that. He also has kind of done everything else. He wore a blue helmet with the blue charging buffalo.
He wore a black helmet.
He wore a black helmet with the red standing buffalo on it. He wore a red helmet like years before they brought it back for a game that had like 2 weird blue stripes down the middle.
Yep,
Remember that?
Yep.
So like what else could he do? I guess.
See, the question is now, because he wears the red alternate jerseys, because that's like the non-contact.
Right.
So now you're going to see that if he wears the charge helmet with the red jersey,
would they
want people to see that is the question?
I think that look might be great.
Yes.
The blue, that's a good point. Maybe the Bills wouldn't want him to wear it because people would go, hey, wait a minute, that looks good.
Right.
That works.
You haven't worn your new set yet, and people already like a different version of it.
Right. The blue helmet with the red jersey and the white pants.
I also think that helmet would look good with a white jersey.
Agreed.
Yep.
So
maybe but if he doesn't wear that, then again, I guess they could make up anything for him to wear. Right?
Yeah. 803-0550. So maybe you heard the story yesterday about the Akron football team. The Akron Zips are offering up as a promotion that one lucky season ticket holder will be scripting the first drive of the season, the offensive coordinator. You're the offensive coordinator of the game, and you script the first drive. And then I looked at what the price of a season ticket is for the Akron Zips. Have you seen?
I have not.
It's $75 for the season.
That's not bad.
So here's the question:
$75.
You guys want to throw in like $20 each?
We'll spend more on ribs at the new stadium in a couple
it's
weeks.
$20 each, and we take our shot at winning the lottery to script the series for the Akron Zips.
I'm in
on that.
Is this? Wait a minute. $75. Is this whole? You're gonna answer. Of course it is. A ploy to get more season ticket holders?
Well, yeah,
of course.
Yeah,
but not from Akron. Because how many people not from Akron would have just said, "Yeah, I'll do $75."
I already have seen some people doing exactly that, like the football film guys being like, "I got $75. Call it a lottery ticket. I want to call a series."
Yeah.
This is, you know what this is? This is the pre-draft hockey camp that you have to go pay $500 for that pays for the sticks for the team for the year. This is you want to try and be an offensive coordinator?
Right.
How about you give us $75 and buy our jerseys?
Yeah.
Then you can maybe have a shot at that. It's
all right.
money.
I'm into it. I'm into being do we have to go to one game just ceremonially, like, I don't know.
Layer the stake, if
we
you will.
We are Akron Zips season ticket holders.
The cheapest season ticket is $75. The most expensive is $181. But I think it's just like buy the cheapest seat in the building and get in the lottery to call the opening series against Robert Morris.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that? The day comes, it's Friday. We're like, all right,
we'd have to decide.
We're getting out of here, and guys, who's going to Akron to call the series against?
Right. Well, we're just scripting it, so I think we could just send it to them, couldn't we?
You probably have to meet with the coordinator. There's going to be scouting, right?
Yeah, there will be steps involved.
I mean, wouldn't you take it super seriously?
Oh, I would. If
you'd
we want it,
really
yeah,
lock
absolutely.
In. You'd be watching all of Robert Morris's games last year.
Yeah, would we not meet like twice a week for a month before?
Yeah,
to like really
that
lay
we
out
would
our
do.
plan?
Oh yeah, that we would do.
We would have brain trust meetings.
What would the ultimate goal be? To score a touchdown or to make waves with some play that's never been seen before?
To score a touchdown. Ooh, making waves.
Make waves.
Sure.
I want it on SportsCenter. Some play that we concoct.
I feel like any touchdown is going to make it on SportsCenter
because
sure.
it'll be called.
And you got to be up in the box with some big. By the way, also make that decision in the. Oh wait, you're the offensive coordinator.
You'd be in the box.
Are you on the field in the box? Where are you?
Well, it's up to us.
We're co-offensive coordinator. I don't think they'll let all four of us on the field.
No, I know, but like
if you have four offensive coordinators, you don't have one. It's been famously said.
They've always said that. I'm just asking. Once I script this, do I have to go sit in my seat and tell the people around me like I called that play? I liked that. I liked the look against the cover too.
But if it doesn't work and people know that, then they might want your head.
Very true.
I don't know how into Akron football they get. I think this is a worthy cause here.
Do we call Joe Brady and be like, "Hey, you want to help us out? We got," or is this purely our? Do we feel we need to keep any outside influences?
We would, of course,
at bay?
we'd have to list our influences.
Right.
Say like, I'm from the Sean Payton, Joe Brady tree.
We're on the tree now.
We're on the coaching
I also
tree.
wonder, like, how much leeway do they really give you? Like, they're not going to let you do anything, right? Like, it will have to be approved by their coaching staff, I imagine, to some degree.
I think on the post they made, the little ad, it says with the head coach or something. We're not crazy, something along those lines.
Right.
Yeah. So there's like a meeting with the head coach where they can veto certain things.
Yeah. Pitch me your script, and then I'll tell you why you're going to get destroyed.
Also, I want a commitment from this head coach. He's not going to be punting on 4th and 2 from the 38-yard line.
Well, maybe you should just get the first down. For your offense, what was your third down call?
Don't have
Give me
tush push
right. Am I? I got to call my third down thinking the coach is going to punt it.
Just don't.
Because he just needs to end this experiment.
Don't give your coach the chance. Be good. Alex in Rochester. Good morning, Alex.
Morning, boys. Mr. DBS, where's your creativity this morning with the helmets?
Creativity? It's 6:40. What do you got something for me?
All right, hear me out. I think you'll like this. He comes out in the Agamemnon helmet. All right, boys. Have a good day.
Agamemnon from the Odyssey.
Like the actual.
All right.
That's pretty good.
Do you want to do?
You can't really wear that while playing, but that's pretty good.
Do you want to do a no bad ideas helmet segment?
Sure.
No bad ideas. Agamemnon's up there. Mine, he just comes out and his helmet has a picture of Zach Benson on it. Just Zach Benson's face.
Love it. Yes.
Blue helmet with Zach Benson's face on each side.
Yep.
Even better, he should just come out with Benson on his shoulders. Like they're going
Yes, I like that too.
Who says no? Allen comes out and there's the charging potato buffalo that he drew, which people of course love.
I mean, really, he could. Oh, yeah, that's a great idea.
He could wear that one.
That's a really good idea.
That I felt was definitely possible.
I might want to bet that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's wearing hats with it now all the time, right? Like that are designed.
Yeah, they sell the hats.
I might have seen something even yesterday or the day before. Maybe my dad showed me something with that on it that was new, which would maybe make me think.
I think that's a really good call. That could happen. He could also just wear to the Benson idea. He could just wear a black and red Sabres goat head football helmet.
Could.
I saw there's a high school that Mike McDaniel went to. Remember we talked about them when McDaniel was a candidate
in Colorado.
In Colorado, that uses the Sabres goat head, and they're being ordered by the NHL to stop using it,
which is lame.
It's very lame.
Very lame.
But I saw a picture of their football uniforms, and it's a football uniform with the goat head on it, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. So if Allen came out in, black and red Sabre goat head helmet, that would be pretty cool, I think.
I have a Sabres goat head Allen jersey, but not like it's a football jersey.
You have that?
Yeah, it's a football jersey. I'll have to wear it one day. I'll
Where
bring it in.
where did this come
it's a
from?
goat head on the back is 17 and Allen.
Yeah.
You just made it?
No, it's a football jersey.
Someone made it. I'll have to I'll send it along.
Then where's the goat head? On the sleeves?
It's actually not the goat head. It's the bees. It's like everything about the goat head jersey, just not the goat head. The numbers replace where the goat head is.
But it's a football uniform.
Yes, it's a black football jersey. It's got a Bills logo with a sword as the charging stripe.
This is where when the Sabres release their new uniform for the hometown remix or whatever it's called, and it's a blue and gold goat head, I think it will be an abomination. Mm-hmm. And what you're discussing to me sounds like exactly that.
An abomination. I mean,
I think it's going to be terrible. I think it's awful. An awful idea.
I agree.
They're just changing the colors.
I know. They're making right. I know.
Well, they're kind of out of things that they've done before.
It'd be like the comparison won't work. It'd be like making the Notre Dame Fighting Irish mascot in USC colors. Like, that's weird. These are not the same logo. I know they're both Sabres logos, but they're kind of rivals.
Do you not?
Right? Are they not? If logos could talk, the blue and gold swords and the goat head clash. One replaced the other, and then the other got back in power.
But now they're friends. They came together.
We are friends with them both, but they are competing at all times for our love.
I've had them, coming together as one when they reintroduced the black and red. That's how I thought of it. But
Darth.
I didn't know. I didn't think they were enemies.
Darth Vader helmet for Josh.
That'd be cool.
They also have already worn a blue and gold goat head, basically, but it was white.
Yeah, that's right. And it was, how was it?
Well, it was bad because they wore white pants, white helmet, white.
They wore white pants.
They were invisible on the ice.
Really bad. 803-0550. Howard at 8. Shots of audio. Best shots of audio coming up as well here on WGR. Jeremy White here for Riverfront Auto Sales, the dealership I trust. And whether you're buying or selling a vehicle, Riverfront's here to help. With Riverfront, the one I kind of wanted to talk about today a little bit was Drew Brees, because is Drew Brees, it's one of those would you takes. Isn't Drew Brees the closest to Allen right now that we would say? Like, he was great for a long time. He won it once. One time he won it. And you probably feel like he should win. He should have had more, but he played in an era where there are other greats. That's a part of it. But the Saints got one Super Bowl.
Yeah, that was it.
That's it.
He got it pretty early after he was truly great, right? Like, was he great with the Chargers at the beginning? He was good.
He was fine with the Chargers. He was not great with the Chargers. He had one very, very good year and maybe 2 good years. But his first 3 seasons, Drew Brees was like even on touchdowns and interceptions. In fact, underwater, 29-31.
Right. So he goes to New Orleans, and then, bam, he's great from there.
Yeah.
And he wins it in his 4th year in New Orleans. But he is 30, which is, by the way, what Allen is right now. He also, does he ever really come close again? That's the other thing about Brees is
he does.
he's not in another Super Bowl.
Right.
He doesn't make it back.
He gets close when they had the interference call that should have been called on Nickel Roby-Coleman.
Right.
That should have been a Super Bowl appearance.
That's
right.
right.
When the Rams went there and won on that horrible missed call. So he should have been to 2. And who knows? If he wins a second one, that's probably different. But
that's old. He's 40 when that happens.
Yeah. But Brees won it at age 30. It's his only one. And I know that their style's not the same really at all. I mean, Brees would never run, was not physically imposing. He was the surgeon out there. He was great to watch. His defenses also were really almost never good. The Saints
never.
Like, who were the Saints around Brees?
You know who he kind of reminds me more of is Burrow. I mean, Burrow ends up not winning one. But in terms of, like, he threw for 1 billion yards because, one, his offense was great, and his defense was terrible.
Happy Thursday. Might see some storms, by the way, over the course of the next couple days. And Saturday for the blue and red. Some precipitation in the forecast, like right around game time, finger quotes. Keep it in mind. Jeremy and Joe. Howard's coming up at 8 o'clock. We're going to get him in studio, talk about his expectations for the year. He will not pick the Bills, as he will tell us he'll never do it again.
Unless we could, like, fool him into, like, what do you think of that Ravens game later in the year? And then we, like, piece it together.
Yeah.
Little by little.
I've got an idea. I got a plan. You know who's getting a lot of tire pumping right now in camp? Have you seen the latest? We're
going to need a segment, like hyper or diaper, something.
Hyper diaper?
Hyper diaper. Some segment where, like,
you're saying, like,
we just read camp.
Or diaper.
Yeah. It doesn't quite rhyme.
Kind of.
It almost does. Hyper or diaper?
No, just hyper diaper.
Hype or
I
diaper?
think it works.
All
and
right.
you're saying that it's
Like yesterday, Chase Brown is being used in the ways Jamar Chase does. Like, okay, sure he is.
Right, running backs out there as receivers. Do you know who is being hyped right now? Does it mean anything to you differently if it's not like a beat reporter, but a national person who walks into camp for a day and says, like, I noticed this guy? Is that any different?
I mean, it's only one day then.
How about if it's not even highlights? It's just this player looks great. Because I haven't seen a highlight about this.
I don't know if I take more stock in that, though, because he could have just been there on a day where a guy who otherwise is having a bad camp had a good day.
Okay. Well, for what it's worth, Benjamin Solak has begun the hype train for Denzel Boston.
Oh, okay. Oh, I've seen other favorable reports about him, too, though.
That it's going great.
Yeah, he's catching everything.
They don't have a good quarterback, but they drafted 2 receivers this year, and Benjamin Solak came out of Browns camp basically saying, like, wowie, zowie, Denzel Boston is the guy.
Did he say wowie zowie? Did you make up wowie
I made
zowie?
that up, yeah.
Wowie zowie. I saw pretty favorable reports about Concepcion also. Before he got a little bit of an injury, I think, but he's going to be fine. But that both of their rookie receivers have looked excellent so far.
Yeah.
And maybe Boston a little more than Concepcion, but they've both looked very good.
803-0550. Matt in Hamburg. Hey, Matt, good morning.
Hiya. So I have a comment on the blue and red goat head jersey.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would go over very well with the fan base. I bought a bootleg blue and gold hoodie from the fair. It hangs in my closet. I cannot wear it because people nonstop come up to me and tell me how much they like it and where I bought it from.
Okay.
I thought about this more. Can I tell you another
I
problem?
think people would love it. I think people would be fine with it.
I think people would love it. I agree with him that it would be very popular. We're deep down the jersey rabbit hole here. Here's one problem that no one else might have with it that I would have with it. Is if you're at a game with a friend wearing the regular blue and gold, and next to you is the person in the goat head that has been turned blue and gold, and you're not looking at the front. Now you're looking at 2 jerseys that are the same color with different fonts and numbers. Right? It's just that
I think it's all the fonts, all the everything. My expectation would be exactly the same as the black and red jersey. They're just it's like in
right. So
you're
then
gonna Photoshop something. You just hit the little paint bucket.
right. So that means
and you
that-
hit blue.
because the numbers and the fonts are not the same.
No, they're not. They're very.
So you'd
different.
have two people sitting next to each other appearing to wear the same jersey with different number styles and name fonts. A regular blue and gold, that's the official one, and then the hometown remix,
right,
which has the black and red era numbers. I don't like the idea.
I've got to have the same font on everything.
Yes. There's a Venn diagram of people that want the same font and also need to clear all the notifications on their emails, and I'm in that. I don't have any numbers on my phone. No badges, nothing. You can't have a number on my home screen. I'm clearing that thing. I'll delete the app if I have to. I'm not looking at that. 803-0550. Best shots of audio, Outlet Liquor coming up, and Howard Simon as well to talk about picking the Bills and to talk about camp and expectations this year. I asked him if he can come in maybe one last time, talk about the memories, etc. So he's coming up at the top. 8 o'clock.
There also is a former Bill that is posting about the Bills on Instagram.
Let's get to that and some thoughts also on the Diggs fit in Washington, too, coming up.
Bills are back at it today at St. John Fisher University, one of their final 2 practices there before heading back to Highmark Stadium on Saturday for the return of the blue and red practice. We heard from Jeff Rogers and Joe Brady earlier this week. Jim Leonard will speak this morning. In case you missed anything, you can find all of the coach and player audio on demand at WGR550.com. Coverage of training camp on WGR presented by Fiegel Car and Joyce, your border attorneys. By Outlet Liquor. When you need to stock up, it's the place to buy a case. What's your outlet? And by the Barnes Firm. Car crash? You've got to call the Barnes Firm. 1-800-8-million. Around the NFL, Hall of Fame game today. Football back for those of you who care. Rams edge rusher Myles Garrett, dealing with lower body soreness, returned to practice yesterday. And the Rams, they also hosted Aaron Donald for a workout. Commanders, they signed Stephon Diggs, formerly of the Patriots, and NFL Network's Cameron Wolfe reports the Browns will alternate quarterbacks, Shadur Sanders and Deshaun Watson, as preseason starters. It's your Paddock Chevrolet Sports Update. Paddock Chevrolet with you for the extra mile since 1935. I'm Joe Cali for Western New York's Voice of the Fan, WGR.
Definitely, we've watched it. We've put it in the past. A lot of times in the last however many years I've been here now, and just continuing to find ways to learn from it. And I think it's a hard pill to swallow sometimes because we haven't gotten it done. But you knock enough at the door, it's going to open at some point, and that's just what we have to keep doing is keep knocking on that door and giving ourselves chances to be in that situation again.
Josh Allen, Bills back at practice today at St. John Fisher. If you knock on the door, it's going to open at some point. Keep knocking on the door, it's going to open at some point. Is that right?
Not necessarily,
because everybody knocks on the same door, and it opens for one person,
right? And that also
one team.
I've heard that message from the Bills before, and the only thing I don't love about it is that can imply that we've done nothing wrong. We've just kind of lost, and we just got to keep doing things the exact same way over and over and over, and eventually we'll win.
Right? That's
Which
a little
might even be right, but it almost takes away from there's nothing really we've done wrong in these games.
Right? It's the same where you had the GM a couple times saying, "I'll take Josh Allen down 3 with the ball every time," and that's lost.
And then they consistently are down 3 with the ball every time and don't win.
Right. There's a little. I'm with you on that. There's a little bit of a. How about taking up 10?
Yeah. Right.
But they're trying for that. I know that. But if you keep knocking on the door, it'll open. I'm not so sure. I don't know if that's true. Isn't that the idea? We don't know if it'll happen.
No, we don't. That's the anxiety a Bills fan might have right now is your quarterback, who is one of the best of all time, is entering his 30s. And if you were sure that's right, that eventually it will open, then you would maybe feel like, okay, I'm still good. I'm comfortable here. Everyone's got their breaking point on that.
Yeah.
Like a couple years ago, I was in that camp. Remember there was actually this might have been the source of the Chiefs poll we ran a couple years ago at training camp. Travis Kelce told a story where he ran into a Bills fan like 3 years ago, and he basically told him, you're going to get one. Don't worry, you're going to get one. Around that time, I would have agreed. Right now, I don't know. I think I'd probably still bet yes, but it's feeling more like a coin flip than it might have 4 years ago.
I was going to say, I feel like not that they'll be good as a coin flip or that they'll be a contender as a coin flip.
Right.
But that they win the whole thing. Like, would I personally put that at a coin toss? I might. I might. When we talk about them as the favorite to win the Super Bowl, what's that at? Like 4-1? 5? Is it 6?
Yeah,
6
you're still plus money.
Everybody is. Everybody's an underdog. The field is most likely to win, other than whatever your team is.
The Rams are the biggest favorite, I think, in a couple of years, and I think they're plus 400.
Okay.
So everybody else is behind that. But, you're never going to find a team that is favored to win against everybody else.
Yeah. I still feel pretty good, and I wouldn't really change places with all that many teams, if any. And at the same time, it's like, I hope so. I hope they get it right. And we'll see. A lot of changes this year. Sean McDermott's out there doing media. He was on the Jim Rome show.
He's done a couple of media things.
He said, among other things, that he's going to do a lot of crunching, like film study, and he'll be elbow deep. I got the quote here from McDermott. He's going to be elbow deep into film and ready to come out and attack and be cutting edge. Mm-hmm. He wants to not like reinvent defense, but Yeah, like that's a strong statement about what he wants. Once the season comes around, I'm going to be elbow deep in scheme and getting myself ready to go back out there and have a scheme that is cutting edge. He fully expects McDermott, I think, to get a job the moment he wants one.
And he also, there was an athletic story about a month or so ago about what he's been doing during his off time. It's all that, and he's been like shadowing different teams and different, like he's going to like companies too, but he was with the Oklahoma City Thunder during their playoff run. He was shadowing. He was with the Rams last week. Saw Adam Schefter tweeting about that. There was another team that he was hanging around with. So he seems to be doing a lot geared towards I'm going to be a coach next year. And I want to be prepared to be maybe different in some ways.
I don't know how many ways he would have to be different. First off, if he's going to win like he did, he's going to need a quarterback. I mean, you can't win without one, no matter how good you are.
Right.
You really don't win without a great quarterback, or at least a good quarterback. So I guess the question on McDermott would be, do you think he'll have his pick of the jobs? He's got a couple things working for him. Let's say we get to next year and there are 6 job openings. Mm-hmm. Half the candidates for those jobs will be in the playoffs and might get Clint Kubiak'd, if I could use that, right? Kubiak would have been a candidate for the Bills. Instead, he didn't interview because they didn't wait.
Right.
And Kubiak ends up getting a job that everyone had kind of lined him up for. But McDermott, if he, here we are. It's Black Monday. The coaches get fired. They start making their calls. His agent can reach out to every one of those teams and be like, let's talk. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if he'll get his pick of the litter, but if you're an owner or a GM and you see him on the market and you have a quarterback that's if you're the Bengals, mm-hmm. Zach Taylor gets fired. I don't know why he would. They missed the playoffs again. They say it's enough is enough. Mm-hmm. Would the Bengals go for McDermott? Let's fix our defense. I know it was trouble in the postseason, but I think he's got plenty of resume to get a job when he wants one.
I think he might have the pick of the litter. I think depending on what's available for him out there, like maybe if the Eagles became available, like there'd be a couple of teams that would say like not my type of coach, or not like we are a team that is trying to get over the hump. We're already really good. Is this the type of coach we're going for? Like maybe there's a team like that doesn't go for him.
Which hump? Because he'd be hiring a coach like they got fired for not getting over a hump.
Right, but a playoff hump basically, like a playoff caliber, like what Baltimore just did. They fired a guy. They fired Harbaugh,
who won a Super Bowl.
Right, but a team like that, moving on from someone after making the playoffs to McDermott, that's the only scenario I would see where he is not like one of the top candidates. Because otherwise, he has a record of 98-50. Coaches that are available out there right now that have a record of 98-50, that aren't 70 years old, it's not really going to be that long of a list.
That is also because, again, I listen. I like McDermott. Think he's a pretty good coach, but 98-50. How much of that is Josh Allen?
Oh, a lot of it, but there are 2 playoff seasons in there where Josh Allen wasn't that good. Well, excuse me, one of them he wasn't even on the team, and the other one he was a mid-quarterback in the league, and they made the playoffs and won 10 games. And I think a team could look at him and say, yeah, I might not even hire him because of all the wins under Allen. I don't think he would go to the Jets. Why would the Jets want him if they fire Aaron Glenn at the end of the year? Wouldn't they want him more because of what he did in Buffalo at the beginning? You built a culture there, and you turned the franchise around from a laughingstock to a competitive team. No, you were not a Super Bowl contender until the quarterback arrived, and the quarterback got great. But before the quarterback got great, you made 2 playoff appearances in 3 seasons on a team that had not made it in 17 years. That's why he would get hired by an organization like that. But is that what he's looking for? Does he want to start ground up from the ashes of a terrible season? No. Like if I'm him, what do I want? I want Dan Quinn to get fired, and I'll go coach Jaden Daniels. Like I want a quarterback.
I think he would. Yes. When I say he gets a job as soon as he wants one, he's not just taking,
the Jets.
Yeah, I would think no. But
unless he really wants revenge on the Bills in the AFC East.
There's also a conversation I saw some people asking yesterday, like on Twitter, just in general. Do you think he would root for the Bills, McDermott? Does he want them to win the Super Bowl? And my answer to that is probably yes. Enough people that he knows and loves. I mean, Deion Dawkins says they talk weekly.
Yeah.
They still talk weekly.
Yeah.
There's so many people he knows. It's you got fired. All right, you make peace with it, but all your best friends can still win.
Yeah.
If they did win with him, like his name would go down in history as, hey, well, that's almost like your legacy. You were good, you got fired, and somebody else got you over the hump. So that wouldn't be great on your legacy, but you can't have that be part of your legacy unless you're good. There are coaches that were just flat out bad.
Yeah. I think it'd be a tough feeling, though, to have it happen immediately.
For sure. But I do think he would, without a doubt, root for them. And in his, media tour now, the Jim Rome show, I'd expect a few more stops. I would imagine you're going to, see a level of class from him. Mm-hmm. He's going to speak positively about the organization. He's speaking positively about Joe Brady.
Mm-hmm.
So, about Josh Allen.
Yeah, no, that's right. I think you could even think you're going to root for them, and then in the moment,
like we do.
That's Carson Wentz has told a story about when he was still on the Eagles. He was hurt, and he's standing on the sidelines during the Super Bowl, and he's rooting for his team. And then once they're on the podium, it just it felt different. It felt really weird for him, and it did obviously not go well for him. But the feeling of it was not like joy. It didn't turn for him to joy like it did for probably every other single person on that team. And I feel like that might be McDermott. I'm rooting for the Bills. Oh, they're up there on the podium. How's this feel now?
Yeah.
Look, I left, especially, I'm not sure he would care what people would say about it, but what would people say about it? They got over the hump because they fired him. And that'll be remembered now forever. They fired McDermott and then immediately won the Super Bowl.
Eric in Buffalo. Eric, good morning.
Good morning, fellas. How you doing today?
Doing good.
That's good. All right. So I just have one comment. I would like to know you guys' opinion on this. Okay. So as far as me and my belief, I have faith that this will be a big year for Keon Coleman. Okay. I remember us not long ago that us fans, not all of us, but a few fans were upset about the Bills trading that pick to Kansas City in 2024, and they selected Worthy. And I believe, I'm not 100% sure, you can fact check me, but I believe at least the last 2 years he's been dealing with injury because I know he just hurt his shoulder in training camp. And one thing about me is I'd rather have a player who just has to get better and focus on their craft due to not being available through injury because as we all know, your best ability is your availability. And not to mention in that draft, we got Cole Bishop in the second round, all-pro returner Ray Davis in the fourth, who's not only a good running back, but he's an all-pro kick returner. So my statement is instead of looking at where we drafted Keon, because a lot of people he's a high pick, and instead of thinking about that, let's think about more of him being good enough for his role. Because if DJ Moore produced the way we think he will, and a healthy Palmer, will it look like? And Dion, one thing I can trust in Dion, he seems like he has faith in Palmer. And then we know Shakir is going to do his thing. It seems like Kincaid is healthy. If he's a fifth option and he has, let's say 40 catches throughout the year and 3 touchdowns, to me, that's tremendous because that means our top 4 options were doing their thing. So one thing I know, granted, we have been, Keon Coleman's mini camp and training camp has been better. But one thing I have noticed this year is that Keon hasn't been talking. Keon hasn't been saying, I'm going to do this. Of course, they're going to ask him about what Pagula said. But other than that, the thing with Stevie Johnson helping him work on his routes, I believe this year is going to be a breakout year for Keon Coleman. So, again, if you guys can just, piggyback off that and give me your opinion, I appreciate it. And go Bills.
Thanks, Eric. I've actually got something on Coleman here I was going to bring up at some point, and I'll do it here. I think going all the way back to that trade that night, and that's in the thick of the Bills and the Chiefs are fighting for everything, and I still don't think you should ever trade with the Chiefs to let them move up in a draft. They did that for Dwayne Carter, who has not been a contributor really at all for them. Ultimately, they did it for Dwayne Carter. Anyway, that's not the point. I think the way you said it is right about Coleman. And here's how I'll bring the thing I was going to get to. So at ESPN, there was an article from Seth Walder. 5 big trades during training camp that should happen. And one of them was Kayvon Thibodeau to the Patriots, Jesse Bates, safety Jesse Bates to the 49ers. And the Bills were listed third, trading Coleman away to the Colts. And the trade that Seth Walder suggested was Coleman and a 2028 sixth for a 2027 fourth. And I don't understand the point of that. If you wanted to do that at the end of the season and get a 4th-round pick for Coleman in the 6th, fine. But right now he's on the team, and understanding that people have their doubts about him, the role he's slotted into now, if you were to trade him for a 2027 4th, you have a job opening. And who takes that job?
You're trading him because you don't think if you're doing that, you're trading him because you don't think he'll have a jersey on game days.
Yeah, I guess. And
because Palmer and Bell will, and then Sherfield will for special teams, and Coleman's not on the field.
And as we know, no one ever gets hurt. Like Josh Palmer will never get hurt.
Right.
You'll never have anybody injured where you need a little bit of depth. He doesn't. I know. Like the standard has dropped a lot. The expectation has dropped a lot, which maybe can help him, because again, like in the context of Coleman, and I think Eric brings up a good point. You don't hear from him as much. It's not about yellow jackets and cookies and this and that, and it's not about his big personality anymore. Right. Now it's just like, oh, let's see if he can catch footballs. And it does, to me, I think he's right, feel like a little bit of a quieter season from him. Maybe there's less attention on him. When he got here, it was Diggs is gone, and you're now the most high-profile receiver on the team.
Yeah, there's a mural of him and Allen on a establishment on Hurdle Avenue.
And symbolically, that mural used to be Allen and Diggs.
Right.
And they just put a coat on him.
Right.
Which is kind of what the Bills did with Coleman, which was like, oh, this guy's gone, but we got him.
All right.
And he was, of course, not up to that task. Now, if you were to be told, like, if he was on the team this year as a completely new player, and you were not expecting him to become a number 1 receiver or even a number 2 consistently, but just like, hey, they have this big guy who might be a red zone target. He's not a real separator, but he's good after the catch, and maybe he can return punts, and he's receiver 4. You'd say, okay, I'll keep my expectations in check, and if I get something from him, then great.
But how different would that be from every other former second-round pick they've had at training camps that have never done anything for them?
The difference would be that, like, Dante Pettis doesn't have a consistent role, and Andy Isabella. The Bills are often...
Or Chase Claypool or all these guys.
Right.
KJ Hamler.
The answer is, like, he's probably got more use than all those guys. Right?
And that is where I'm not sure. Like, I think, like, to that call about what could be good for him to not be in his high-profile role and not almost to be counted on as much, I actually agree with that. Like, they have really thrown him to the wolves in the first 2 seasons. Like, he just went in and played the most, like, immediately. Ball thrown his way. Like, he had a big role right from the get-go. It was not about, like, oh, he's got to earn it, and, like, there was no competition for that. Like, he was just going to clear it. But now, I think what could happen to him, and I think this could be true of Worthy also, if you're a receiver that is drafted high like that, and you're not up to being like a number 1 or even a number 2, how are you going to find your niche in the league? How are you going to stick in the league? Those fast guys, they always stick in the league. Brought up this last week. Darius Hayward-Bay was a bust, top 10 pick that only got drafted high because he was super fast. He had an 11-year career in the NFL as a gadget guy.
Isn't that Tutu Atwell with the Dolphins right now?
Or Tutu Atwell, right? Like, if Worthy never becomes a good, fully formed wide receiver, he'll still have a 10-year career because of how fast he is. Gadget guy, returner, he'll find that spot.
It's like the very tall defenseman career arc in hockey.
Yeah, right.
You're going to play for 15 years.
Right. Coleman, how does he find a role like that? Go be Matt Collins. Go become Matt Collins. You have a 10-year career. How do you do that? Be a great blocker and do special teams.
Special teams, great teammate.
Yep. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying he can't do that. He's, they're working him in on punt return stuff here and there. And can he be a 3rd or 4th receiver? I don't think that is nuts for him at all. But I think he's got to start supplying some other value for them. Because again, like that trade idea, you're right. Like there are of course are injuries. You also do have Brandon Cooks out there though that like feels like he's a phone call away if ever anything ever happened. And I think it just comes down to the other guys. Because if they were healthy, which would be great, and Josh Palmer looks fine and Skylar Bell looks really good as a rookie, they got a tough decision to make in week 1 for who they're scratching. I mean, I guess it would just be Bell, right? If everybody looks good and everybody's healthy, like Skylar Bell is probably a healthy scratch week 1 of the season. But that's where I'm thinking, well, could they look at that as a surplus and say, we like Bell. He's doing great. He's 20. He's older than Coleman.
Right.
He's a year older than Keon Coleman is. Like, we don't really want him to wait around and not play. So let's take a position that now we feel like we have one extra at, and can we get a 4th-round pick for that guy?
To wrap up, we never got to. Diggs signs in Washington.
Yeah, so that's
as expected.
So we're done with the calls on whether the Bills will bring him back.
He signs in Washington, 1 year, $12 million.
It was that much?
I think it was $12 million. Let me double check. I thought I saw 1 year, $12 million.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, up to $12 million.
Okay, up to 12. So,
but still, that's a bigger number I thought. He'll be their number 2 receiver immediately. By far. Treylon Burks was getting first-team reps there.
Did you know last season of receivers with over 100 targets, he was number 1 in EPA per target?
I saw a list of stats from Warren Sharp where he was still elite in a bunch of categories.
Certain categories, right. Not like
Not
in
all of them.
all the places he goes on the field, but contributor. So.
Yeah, number 1 catch rate, number 1 accurate target catch rate, number 1 lowest wide receiver error rate. Like some of these are like real advanced stats, but would show that he's still a great receiver.
Or at least useful.
And that was, by the way, right off of a torn ACL. And maybe another year removed from that injury would even help even more. I like that landing spot. Dawkins and Gardner Johnson are 2 others. Like, it wasn't just callers. Like, they're like, don't go to the Commanders, come to the Bills. They said that on his live stream last week. The Bills made no sense on the field for Diggs.
No.
Washington makes all the sense in the world. They legitimately did not have a guy on the team that was really going to play the spot that he's about to play. The Bills had multiple guys that were already in that position. So for him, I think that's the best team that was out there for him. Like, he could have 100 targets on that team easily this year.
12 hours, 35 minutes, and 48 seconds away from NFL football in the Hall of Fame game. I know that because the Hall of Fame website has a countdown clock.
Oh, okay.
12 hours, 35 minutes till the Hall of Fame game.
Is there like a did we ever figure out, is there a halftime show or?
I have found the opening acts, like the Legends concert. It's a whole weekend event, right? Because the Hall of Fame induction ceremonies. Yeah. I've never been to the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
No?
No.
I've only been once, and it was in 2002. I was 7 years old, so I don't remember a lot of it.
I've never really thought I want to go.
To the Hall of Fame?
Yeah. Not that I'm against it. If I was nearby, maybe. But
have you been to other Hall of Fames?
I've been to the Baseball Hall of Fame, the Hockey Hall of Fame.
And how do you feel about those experiences?
I've been to the Patriots Hall of Fame.
What?
Yeah, in Patriot Place, yeah. I've actually been to that.
You just wandered into the Patriots Hall of Fame?
Yeah, I mean, I was there with a buddy. We were getting lunch, and he's like, oh, here's the Hall of Fame. Yeah.
And you decided to walk in?
I went through
I don't think I'd walk in.
Well,
was Brady still playing?
Oh yeah, this was
so like he wasn't in it.
This was early. In the Brady era, like they might have had 3 Super Bowls by then.
Yeah,
what other Halls of Fame have I been to?
I think the year I went is when Joe DeLamielleure was getting in. Like there was some Bills stuff around. I
think that's it. I don't
remember a lot.
You guys been? Joe, Owen, Pro Football Hall of Fame?
I've not. It's a spot I definitely want to hit, but I haven't been yet.
I have not been either. I would like to do it. I've been to the Hockey Hall of Fame. I haven't been to Cooperstown.
That's another one.
I would like to hit.
When Josh Allen goes in, they're going to need to build a stadium for that.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true.
They're going to need a new stadium with 60,000 people, maybe more, that can go for Josh's induction whenever that happens.
To your point, though, like now, if I were ever to want to go again, it would be in addition to something else that I'm doing. And what am I doing in Central Ohio? Is Firestone nearby? Is there a famous golf course I can visit that's nearby?
Yeah.
Columbus? No, Columbus isn't close there.
It's Canton. It's just south of Cleveland. You can do,
Cleveland.
I've been to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. There's another Hall of Fame I've been to. That's in Cleveland. Okay. You could do the double Hall of Fame tour. Do Rock and Roll and then Pro Football.
I've been to the Golf Hall of Fame, which I think might be my favorite Hall of Fame. St. Augustine. I think that's the best Hall of Fame I've been to. Also, it might have just been great weather. That's
I
why
would.
it felt
I will
great.
only accept the golf. The Golf Hall of Fame is excellent if there is a wing for like the certain species of grass. Like this is look at
might be.
This is bent grass.
This is Bermuda.
And this is what was the one they played on a couple years ago that was totally different out west.
Zoysia, maybe?
I don't remember. I want the grasses to be appreciated.
My dad has a golf ball made of sap, I believe, that he got from the Golf Hall of Fame. I think they had golf balls made of different things, which was a little bit of a strange thing to be selling, but it was kind of cool.
All right.
I think I remember there being a grass exhibit. I think you'd have that. There was a lot of like putting stuff and like hit your own, like a lot of interactive experiences, I believe. I remember seeing also.
Hall of Fame weekend is upon us. Hall of Fame game tonight, and the induction ceremonies, all that good stuff. Larry Fitzgerald, Luke Kuechly, Drew Brees, Roger Craig, Adam Vinatieri among the inductees. 803-0550. We'll get you our best shots of audio next segment, your phone calls as well. Howard's popping in at 8 o'clock. Bill's back to practice today at 8:30. Jim Leonard will speak with the media. We'll bring you portions of that during the show after he speaks and keep you updated on what's going on with the Bills ahead of the Blue and Red on Saturday here on WGR. The one I kind of wanted to talk about today a little bit was Drew Brees, because is Drew Brees, it's one of those would you takes. Isn't Drew Brees the closest to Allen right now that we would say? Like, he was great for a long time. He won it once. Mm-hmm. One time he won it. And you probably feel like he should win. He should have had more, but he played in an era where there are other greats. That's a part of it. Mm-hmm. But the Saints got one Super Bowl.
Yeah, that was it.
That's it.
He got it pretty early after he was truly great, right? Like, was he great with the Chargers at the beginning? He was good.
He was fine with the Chargers. He was not great with the Chargers. He had one very, very good year and maybe 2 good years. But his first 3 seasons, Drew Brees was like even on touchdowns and interceptions. In fact, underwater, 29-31.
Right. So he goes to New Orleans and then, bam, he's great from there.
Yeah.
And he wins it in his 4th year in New Orleans. But he is 30, which is, by the way, what Allen is right now.
Mm-hmm.
He also, does he ever really come close again? That's the other thing about Brees is
he does.
He's not in another Super Bowl.
Right.
He doesn't make it back.
He gets close when they had the interference call that should have been called on Nickel Roby-Coleman.
Right.
That should have been a Super Bowl appearance.
That's right.
When the Rams went there and won on that horrible missed call. So he should have been to 2. And who knows? If he wins a second one, that's probably different. But
that's old. He's 40 when that happens.
Yeah. But Brees won it at age 30. It's his only one.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that their style's not the same really at all. I mean, Brees would never run, was not physically imposing. He was the surgeon out there. He was great to watch. His defenses also were really almost never good. The Saints
never.
Like, who were the Saints around Brees?
You know who he kind of reminds me more of is Burrow. I mean, Burrow ends up not winning one. But in terms of, like, he threw for 1 billion yards because, one, his offense was great, and his defense was terrible.
The Bills are back at it today at St. John Fisher University, one of their final 2 practices there before heading back to Highmark Stadium on Saturday for the return of the blue and red practice and scrimmage. We heard from Jeff Rogers and Joe Brady earlier this week. Jim Leonard will speak today. In case you missed anything, you can find all of the Coach and Player sound on demand at WGR550.com. Coverage of training camp on WGR presented by Fecal Car and Joyce, your border attorneys. By Outlet Liquor, when you need to stock up, it's the place to buy a case. What's your outlet? And by the Barnes Firm. Car crash? You've got to call the Barnes Firm. 1-800-8-million. Looking around the NFL. Hall of Fame game today. Cardinals and Panthers. Football is back. Rams edge rusher Myles Garrett, dealing with the lower body soreness, returned to practice yesterday. And the Rams, they also hosted Aaron Donald for a workout yesterday. Commanders, they signed Stephon Diggs, formerly of the Patriots. And NFL Network's Cameron Wolfe reports the Browns will alternate quarterbacks in Shadur Sanders and Deshaun Watson throughout preseason games. That's your Paddock Chevrolet Sports Headlines. Paddock Chevrolet with you for the extra mile since 1935. I'm Joe Cali for Western New York's Voice of the Fan, WGR.
Best shots of audio from the week. Mr. Joe Kelly has collected some. Will take us around the sports world and who knows where else. We play the clips. He plays the clips. We react to them, and who knows where it goes.
Yeah, we got some stops today, to say the least. But as all big events do, and this is a big event every week, we look to the national anthem to start things off, and quite a performance that was had.
And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Still there. Oh.
Where was this? What event was this at?
So this is, the event is one thing. It was the first women's professional baseball game, right? The inaugural start to their league.
Yeah.
And this was a choice for the anthem. Let's just say that.
Certainly got people talking.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good thing for virality, of course. Like, it's going around, but that's up there. It's got to be up there with, like, Fergie. I mean, that's not good.
So this is Martha Reeves.
It sounded like
she's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
She's solo to start, and then other people join in.
Kind of screwed her up.
It's almost like they didn't know that they were there.
Yeah, if you watch the whole thing, which I unfortunately had to pull
I was
this
gonna
part
say, I don't
of
think I could get through it.
Unfortunately had to.
I had to listen to it like 5 times
as I was
while
cutting
he
it over
recorded
here.
it. So how do you think I'm feeling?
Tough scene over here. But they're supposed to be singing with her as like background, but she's so far off the key, the pitch, all of it, that they're swimming. They have nowhere to go. So it's just it was a nightmare scenario for that opening anthem. I'd play the ending, but I think people would drive off the road if that were to go over the air. So not great.
Will the Bills get a big act to sing the anthem for the opener of Bills Lions?
Who's I'm blanking on it. Who sings Mr. Brightside?
The Killers.
The Killers. Could they do the Killers?
Whoa.
No, that's too big.
I mean, they did just perform at the enhanced games.
That's because it was in Vegas. They also performed at the Champions League final.
They did. That's right.
Okay, yeah,
that's right.
That's probably a little big.
Yeah, I think they're too big.
A little big.
They also don't like Mr. Brightside.
True. Well, they're just tired of it.
Right. So
yeah,
if that's the thing that, I don't know.
Aren't we all a little?
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of have some regrets about them making that the song because it's played so much now.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I agree. Every time I hear it when I'm out, I'm like, okay.
No, if it comes on, if I'm listening to whatever and that is like the next suggested song, I will skip it because I feel like I'm listening to it too much now and I'm going to get sick of it.
Well, the new stadium and the new sound system and the new acoustics, if they bring that over to the new stadium, which I have every expectation that they will.
Yeah.
At the start of that's the other thing. Like, they played it and then they lost the game. They were saving
Did
it
they
for-
ever? I don't know if they ever did
Because
that.
they didn't treat it like a fourth quarter song. They played it as it feels like it's safe to play this now song.
Right, like the win is in the bag song.
Yeah, and then
I
they
feel like there was
played
a
it
close game where they
Eagles.
played
Did they played against the Eagles and they lost?
I'm almost sure that
sounds
happened.
right.
That
Because I
might be
remember
right, yeah.
sitting out there
So-
in the broadcast, you could hear it. I'm like, why are they doing this?
Maybe just make a decision that it's the start of the fourth quarter song like the Steelers do with Renegade. Like a reliable spot for it might.
So that it's not.
I'm just,
Maybe it was also the Eagles, but they played it against the Patriots in the rivalry series game.
That's right. That's right.
Are you at whendidthebillsplay, How'd you find this out? What'd you search?
I searched Bills loss, Mr. Brightside, and then there was a story that came right up. Yeah, they played it early in the fourth quarter when the game was still a one-score game. They lost 23-20.
I remember that game.
Yeah.
I was at that game.
I was too.
I remember when the Steelers played Renegade after the Bills ran the same run play 80 times on them, and the Steelers fans were going nuts.
That's the
Burn
thing
the
is like
building
if it's just your fourth quarter song,
Right.
It's fine.
Whatever. Although the Steelers again were getting like beat by 30 at the time.
Right, by the same run play over and over.
Well, anthem, halftime, lots of things to determine for that opener against the Lions.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
It's a big test, the Lions. They're
Yeah.
good.
Sure.
Do you know that Jared Goff has finished second in passing yards the last, is it 2 or 3
think it's
seasons?
3 years.
3 years in a row, second in passing?
Because he has the most passing yards in the last 3 years.
Yeah. And
In the NFL.
That's a big test for the Jim Leonard defense.
Yeah.
Jahmyr Gibbs.
They have a new play caller. There was a little bit at the end of last year, like Dan Campbell took over play calling, and it wasn't great.
Losing Ben Johnson kind of left them adrift a little bit, but they still had a good offense.
Yeah,
Right.
and they missed the playoffs more because they just had a lot of injuries.
Yeah, right.
How many trick plays will there be in Bills Lions? Over under over under 2.5.
Over.
Okay.
Will you see Pop Warner pulled out in that game
Yeah.
is the question.
No, too early, right?
If the game's
They're
on the
teasing.
line,
They're teasing a play that they've got cooked up. They're saving that for.
They're hoping you forget about it by the time they use it.
Yeah, right.
Could
Right.
the ultimate trick of the trick play be the Bills are saying they have the best trick play ever invented, so teams are thinking about it the entire time, then they never actually run it, and
Just
then the
a
trick
mind game.
the trick was that they had a trick play.
This is the ultimate smokescreen.
Yeah.
I love it. That'd be awesome. Crazy. All right.
All that from the anthem.
Yes.
All right,
we go
anyway.
to baseball next. Orioles broadcaster Ben McDonald has an interesting take on hair products and what he uses to clean his hair.
A little bit of hype from Bradish. You think you use the same amount of product in your hair as Brandon Marsh does?
No way. For me, it's just a bar of soap.
A bar of soap.
Yeah, I've never used shampoo. Not once, ever. Just a bar of soap in the hair.
You have never used shampoo
Never.
in your life.
Never.
Never use shampoo. Just a bar of soap.
A bar of soap.
Just a bar of soap to the head. And he's got
That
hair.
doesn't sound comfortable.
Now, I have done this.
Just soap in
Camping.
the hair,
I have done this while I was camping
That's-
because we
it's
didn't bring
camping.
shampoo.
and it's probably fine.
And it's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
But never doing shampoo.
Never doing
seems
shampoo
like-
is kind of wild. Like that seems.
an aggressive move.
I want to say I don't believe you.
Yeah.
What is all of your stance on a bar of shampoo? Because we have bars. Is it soap because it's a bar? Because it's shampoo in a bar.
I'm fine with bar shampoo.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I've never seen that. I
That's-
didn't know that was a thing, but that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm down with that.
It's better for your head. If you use a bar of soap on your head the whole time, you're going to dry out your scalp, all of that. So
right.
So
That's
make sure
the
it's
thing.
shampoo.
yeah, shampoo.
Right.
It's meant.
You know
for
what?
your
If we're,
hair.
listen,
Yeah.
let's be real. If you want any advice on hair, Joe Kelly, take off that hat. Show everybody.
I went to bed after I
There's
showered.
anybody that's going to give hair.
crazy.
prepping
Look
it,
at
look
this
at
guy.
it, it looks
We got a
great.
head of
Yeah.
hair.
It's because when you have good hair when you've been wearing a hat for
Oh, and-
multiple hours.
yeah, and without-
you take off the hat and you're just totally fine.
Right. There's no concern. Like, oh, I'll take this off. My incredible hair will
Like,
pop out.
If I were wearing a hat for more than an hour, it's not coming off.
No.
Not in
Yeah.
public.
Yeah.
Unless I'm like wetting it again.
It's like 4 or 5 hours for me.
Yeah.
Someone tweeted this in. There's a major difference in the acidity is the biggest
Of
difference.
soap versus shampoo.
Soap is between 9 and 10 pH, and shampoo is 4.5.
Sure.
Yeah, everybody knows
Just
that.
on
Yeah.
the scalp.
Who doesn't know that?
I learned that because I in a pinch, if you run out of shampoo, you always, I'm not opposed to the bar of soap in a pinch.
No.
But my fiance is a hairstylist. She's like, you're going to kill your hair doing that. You can't do that. So I had to learn quick.
Seems like we should
Look
listen
at what
to the expert.
look at what we're learning in shots of audio. Best shots of audio. All right, what's next?
All right, Zach Benson got a new whip. He learned something.
Was there anything? Did you buy a Ferrari, Lamborghini? Like which plan are you on?
No Lambos, no Ferraris. I bought a Porsche Cayenne, so I got a new whip.
Nice.
I don't know. It's a waste of money. I already regret it. But it is what it is.
Driving it all through all the potholes in the city of Buffalo. You better get the bigger
Exactly.
wheels on that.
So he learned not to go for the Porsche.
Well, he didn't go that far away from Ferrari.
I was just gonna say, how do you go from being asked about Ferraris and stuff, and I didn't go crap. I got a Porsche.
Right, I thought he was about to be like, I bought a Civic.
Yeah.
I mean, listen,
Got a Nissan
the exact
Pathfinder.
vehicle he mentioned, you will just see out and about.
Yes,
and
it's a common one.
more than you'll see Ferraris or Lambos.
Mm-hmm. Like Diggs
Way
when he ran
more.
out of
That's
gas.
true.
I
That's
bet the
true.
prices are not that different, though.
You know what? I don't often dabble in these car prices.
No.
This is
Maybe-
like
okay, I'm looking.
$170,000 car, and I think a Ferrari and a
$200,000.
Lamborghini are like
200,
300,000.
Yeah.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
The Cayenne is the SUV Porsche that he.
So I
that he
guess
got.
he went for the snow. He went for the all weather, which is fine.
Yeah, it's
that's a
at
good call.
least it wasn't like a 911 turbo. That's
sure.
just like some little thing that's gonna
Yeah.
not be usable in
Well,
the winter.
you remember when Diggs ran out of gas in his sports car like
Yes.
that? Yeah,
That's right.
I
I
get
do
help.
not remember
I
that.
don't remember
No?
that. No.
Diggs ran out of gas.
Yeah, that was a whole thing. I got to find what car he was driving.
Yeah, I believe he ran out of gas.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe
2022.
on the east side or something, and like just got he had to wheel it to a gasser.
Yeah, he was right next to the gas station.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah,
Made it.
When
he's
he ran
probably
out.
just getting there. So that's good. That's good. But yeah, he ran out of gas.
Running
in
out
a
of
sports
gas
car.
next to the gas station is like mission accomplished.
Yeah,
That is actually.
I almost feel good about
that's
that.
defeating
Yeah.
the gas tank.
It was a white Ferrari.
All right.
there you go.
There we go. All right, for the final shot of audio, we saw the scrums throughout the training camp. They started when the pads were on. Alec Anderson, always involved in these scrums. Here's what he had to say regarding them.
It was a great time. Shout out to the rookie linebacker Caleb. So, you enjoyed him. Oh, I enjoyed. Well, I didn't enjoy him, hitting our guy after the whistle, but I enjoyed punching him in the face a couple times and choking him out. So that's always enjoyable.
What's it like in that scrum? Like it felt like there was like 60
I can show you if you want. No, I'm just kidding.
Just a psycho.
I think the Bills might want to get Alec Anderson and be like, less is more.
Potentially.
Between the fun uncle comment about Joe Brady and I enjoyed punching my teammate in the face.
Right.
Choking him.
What?
Yeah.
What is his over/under for personal foul penalties on the season?
That's a great question.
10.
Is he ejected at any point?
Right, ejection. Over/under half an ejection for Alec Anderson.
Raise that line to 1.5.
1.5. Yeah. At this rate,
possible.
We'll see. If that line, just ejections in general, would be interesting for C.J. Gardner-Johnson talking some trash too, and Alec Anderson. But yeah, a couple comments from Alec Anderson throughout the week that are like, all right, we got to dial this back a little bit.
He was ejected. Is this right? If I remember this.
Who was? Alec Anderson?
Anderson's been ejected.
Not in
Was
a
it?
game. Yeah, last year McDermott threw him out of a camp because of out of a practice because of a dirty play.
Right.
So he got ejected from a practice.
Yeah, and then he talked about it a lot. Maybe that's why Alec Anderson made the fun uncle comment, because he hasn't been kicked out of practice yet by the coach.
Sure.
For a dirty play.
Yeah.
Sure.
That could be.
Very well.
Yeah, maybe we're thinking too much about what is he talking about? Doing whatever you want, like off the field. Like maybe he just means I get to hurt,
choke teammates.
Right.
I get to try really hard and beat up my teammates.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
That's that for Shots of Audio.
Best Shots of Audio brought to you by Outlet Liquor. When you need to stock up, it's the best place to buy a case. Thank you, Joe Cali, for that. Howard's going to come in, top of the hour, talk a little about the Bills' expectations, about the history of Howard picks the Bills. He'll tell us why he's not doing it anymore. We'll tell him we're going to find a way to do it anyway. The good stuff. So hang out. Also, Jim Leonard speaks at training camp shortly. We will bring you highlights of that and little segments of that after Howard gets out of here. So, and if anything, newsworthy passed along, we'll pass it along to you. Eager to hear what he has to say about Caleb Elarm-Zor, because there's a hype train for that guy. It might be very justified, and I'm wondering if he's going to get a starting job on this defense at some point and how soon that could be. 803-0550 to jump on the show with us. Jeremy and Joe on WGR. The one I kind of wanted to talk about today a little bit was Drew Brees, because is Drew Brees, it's one of those would you takes. Isn't Drew Brees the closest to Allen right now that we would say? Like, he was great for a long time. He won it once. One time he won it. And you probably feel like he should win. He should have had more, but he played in an era where there are other greats. That's a part of it. But the Saints got one Super Bowl.
Yeah, that was it.
That's it.
He got it pretty early after he was truly great, right? Like, was he great with the Chargers at the beginning? He was good.
He was fine with the Chargers. He was not great with the He had one very, very good year and maybe 2 good years. But his first 3 seasons, Drew Brees was like even on touchdowns and interceptions. In fact, underwater, 29-31.
Right. So he goes to New Orleans, and then, bam, he's great from there.
Yeah.
And he wins it in his 4th year in New Orleans. But he is 30, which is, by the way, what Allen is right now. He also, does he ever really come close again? That's the other thing about Brees is
he does.
He's not in another Super Bowl.
Right.
He doesn't make it back.
He gets close when they had the interference call that should have been called on Nickel Roby-Coleman.
Right.
That should have been a Super Bowl appearance.
That's
when
right.
When the Rams went there and won on that horrible missed call. So he should have been to 2. And who knows? If he wins a second one, that's probably different. But
that's old. He's 40 when that happens.
Yeah. But Brees won it at age 30. It's his only one. And I know that their style's not the same really at all. I mean, Brees would never run, was not physically imposing. He was the surgeon out there. He was great to watch. His defenses also were really almost never good. The Saints
never.
Like, who were the Saints around Brees?
You know who he kind of reminds me more of is Burrow. I mean, Burrow ends up not winning one. But in terms of, like, he threw for 1 billion yards because, one, his offense was great and his defense was terrible.
Quick stat of the day for you from Sheil Kapadia. He just posted this a minute ago of The Athletic and ESPN. That the Bills' offense, not a minute ago, yesterday.
Yep.
Bills' offense has finished between first and fourth in EPA per drive in 6 consecutive seasons. Different OCs, different schemes, different supporting casts hasn't mattered. Josh Allen and a good offensive line has been as reliable a bet as there's been in the NFL in recent years. Between first and fourth in 6 consecutive seasons, which is great.
So
there's no doubt great. I just two things. I think there's two ways to look at this.
Yeah.
One, they're good no matter what. Two, this is kind of the origin for adding DJ Moore, having one better receiver, really just one receiver that's good instead of all the investments on defense. I really believe they could break the sport open like nobody else. The quarterback is so good. The line is so good. They've done so many things right. Like, wait, are you telling me again they were just one player away from being literally unstoppable? Like, I think yes. You could just, and maybe we see that this year. Maybe they go to another level.
It also goes to show to me that why, like, if in other stats you see like, oh, the Bills were 6th this year, they were 7th this year. It's really good. No, their floor is the 4th best offense in football. In this category.
EPA per drive.
It's all about being number one.
Yeah.
You have Allen, you're capable of being number one every year. If 4th is the worst you are, then everything should be about, are you first or you're second or you're third or you're fourth?
Per drive does work there too, because is the defense a little bit less bend but don't break and a little bit more get the ball or get beat? And is the offense more explosive? Because if that's the case, then that means more drives. And if they stay at the top, like EPA per drive, and have more drives, then they'll score more points. So this has been the stat of the day. Shilkapedia. Stat of the day brought to you by Jan's Smoke Shop 2 and Gas Mart, where everything about Jan's Smoke Shop is smoking. If he wins it this year, it's funny. Like every conversation about if the Bills ever actually won it, it involves, to me, it's like going through a black hole. What's on the other side? I have no idea. We can all sit here and hypothesize about, well, what would we talk about? Would we want another one? I have no idea. I can't see on the other side of this black hole. But when we get pulled through that thing, and on the other side where Matthew McConaughey looking at, traveling through time or whatever it is, like every conversation about if they were to win it, like, stop. What do we do with ourselves? Right? Is the city still standing?
That's the first question.
It's hard.
Where the parade is, of course, and how that all goes. And then I think it's right. I'm guessing it is, all right, go catch Mahomes now.
Go get another one. And then
get to 3.
Yes, sure.
Get to 3, catch Mahomes, and let's see if you can throw yourself into being the best quarterback of this generation. And then, if things go really well, then maybe someday down the road we're having GOAT debates. But that would probably be much more than one for that to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking go catch Mahomes. Does everybody think right now he's better than Mahomes? Right now? Right now, probably people think that around here. If your legacy is going to touch that, then after him getting one, which it is hard to see beyond that, I would believe that I would be thinking, the next thing is go get another one so that you can get within one. And let's start going down that path. Because that's all at that point, that's all you're really fighting for, right? It's legacy, it's all-time stuff, it's dynasty talk, it's... Because, I don't know, everything right now is so much about just getting one that I think that's the only thing that would exist after you got the one. It would feel like mission accomplished.
The Bills are back at it today at St. John Fisher University for one of their final 2 practices there before heading back to Highmark Stadium on Saturday for the return of the blue and red practice and scrimmage. We heard from Jeff Rogers and Joe Brady earlier this week. Jim Leonard speaking as we speak. In case you missed anything, you'll be able to find all of the coach and player sound on demand at WGR550.com, and we'll bring you the highlights from Jim Leonard's press conference. Coverage of training camp on WGR, presented by Fiegel Car and Joyce, your border attorneys, by Outlet Liquor. When you need to stock up, it's the place to buy a case. What's your outlet? And by the Barnes Firm. Car crash? You've got to call the Barnes Firm. 1-800-8-million. Around the NFL, Hall of Fame game today. Football is back for those keeping track. Pro Bowl running back Jonathan Taylor and the Colts, they reached an agreement today on a 2-year, $44 million extension worth up to $47 million. That includes $39 million guaranteed. Rams edge rusher Myles Garrett, dealing with lower body soreness, returned to practice yesterday, and the Rams, they hosted Aaron Donald for a workout as well. The Commanders, they signed Stephon Diggs, and NFL Network's Cameron Wolfe reports the Browns will alternate quarterbacks Shedeur Sanders and Deshaun Watson as preseason starters. Listen to Show Up in the Bulldog all week for your chance to win tickets to see Jeff Foxworthy in the grandstand at the Erie County Fair on August 19th. Tickets on sale now at ecfair.org. And don't forget, your concert ticket includes your admission for the day of the show. That's your Paddock Chevrolet Sports Update. Paddock Chevrolet, with you for the extra mile since 1935. I'm Joe Cali for Western New York's Voice of the Fan, WGR.
DJ, I believe, will have a little bit more work consistently this year. But there was also something to be said for when Josh had multiple options. You know, when he was force-feeding Steph for all those years, it really worked at times, but there were times when you could see the limitations too. So there's a fine line there. And I think he's still enough in the prime of his career where, you know, DJ could play a prominent role, if not a true number one type role.
Eric Edholm on with the afternoon, guys. He of Yahoo Sports. Howard Simon's in studio with us. Talk about a bunch of things. I have got a homework assignment I gave Joe in the break because Jonathan Taylor just signed a contract extension. But Howard's here. Bill's hat on. This looks like a Bill's hat from like the Bledsoe years.
I have no idea. It's Jonathan's. I stole it.
Okay.
That is an old
I
Bills
think it's one of
Is
the
It's Navy.
Yeah, Navy.
It's possible.
Navy, white, and red.
Could have been like when I took him to his first preseason game and we grabbed the hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I
Nice.
don't actually own one, so I stole his.
Before we get to the Bills, we got to talk about this Mets pitcher that jumps and celebrates strikeouts every strikeout. They called up a rookie, and he struck a guy out, and he jumps and punches the ground like he's Thor
While doing a split, kind of.
Yeah. So, how about it?
I would just like to point out that any Mets pitcher who gets a strikeout should be celebrated.
Okay.
No, I'm not a fan. No, not a fan.
What if
Remember, I'm old school.
What if he becomes the best pitcher in baseball?
I'll revisit the subject.
Okay.
But, I mean,
you're willing to.
Buddy just made his major league debut and he's dancing. I mean, that's what I'm saying. If he strikes out the leadoff batter, top of the first inning, bottom of first, whatever, and he does that, like, just not a fan.
It's not like he can really be thrown at though, like when he's up
That's
to
the
bat,
thing.
like
He
for the
doesn't
unwritten
bat.
rules part of this, because he's not a
right.
batter.
Unless
Well, he'll be up.
he's covering
Or no,
first
sorry.
base and they do a
'Cause
little
he's-
subtle drive-by.
He's going in the bullpen, is what they say.
Well,
right?
he's never going to hit.
Right.
So
Right. So like I guess
when's
they
he gonna
could
bat?
They were I saw the Guardians players were mocking him in the dugout yesterday
they?
when they took the lead.
Yeah, this is very. I don't know that I've ever seen this done in Major League Baseball. We've seen people celebrate final out of a game.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I also cautioned him. There was one Mets pitcher who celebrated a final out in the World Baseball Classic and blew his knee out. His name is Edwin Diaz. So you don't need to be jumping around after anything, although it is the Mets.
And he's jumping after every strikeout.
Yeah, not really a fan. But, you know, hey, I'll tell you what. If he wants to do that, that's fine. Conversely, if anybody hits a home run, you can do the biggest bat flip you want. If you get a single to left field, you can do cartwheels down to first base for all I care.
Yeah.
If he's going to celebrate, then you celebrate getting a hit off the
I know,
guy.
but I want to hear like New York sports radio when he like is celebrating when they're down 6 in like the 5th inning or something.
Right.
Like is
he's
he
getting lit up and he strikes a guy out and dances.
Right.
Oh my God, they'll rip him to shreds.
Yeah.
Fair. All right, some Bill stuff, and we're going to lead off with this. Did you finish the homework, Joe? It's a very quick homework assignment.
It was easy.
I asked that you find James Cook's carries, yards rushing, and touchdowns in the last 2 years.
The last 2 years. Okay,
Yes.
I thought you wanted 3 years. I got 2 years for you very easily.
All right, hold on. What do you got?
In the last 2 seasons. You want where he ranks like in the league?
No, I want the numbers.
Okay, the numbers for Cook: 516 carries.
Okay, 516 carries.
2630 is the yards.
Yeah.
2,630 yards and 28 touchdowns.
Okay.
That's rushing. Just rushing.
Here, kids.
Jonathan Taylor just signed for 2 years and up to $47 million.
Mm-hmm.
And he had 626, 3,032 touchdowns, total touchdowns. 3,000 rushing yards and 32 total touchdowns. So Cook is behind him. And that's because Cook only has 1 year as like the feature
Yeah,
back.
he's not going to get the carries Taylor has.
Well, he has 2 years as the Bills' number 1 running back, but
Yeah.
obviously his attempts went up by 100 last year.
Right. So let's do it this way. What were his carries, Cook, rushing yards, and total touchdowns last year?
309,
1621,
1621, and 12.
And 12.
That's the rushing. So I guess 14 for the total. Yeah.
So if he were to have 317 carries this year,
Mm-hmm.
and for a rushing yard standpoint, 1,300 rushing yards
Mm-hmm.
and 18 touchdowns,
Equals the 2 year
that's
totals.
2 years of Jonathan Taylor.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he's going to get 317 carries, but Howard, we talked about it a little yesterday. It's not a controversy yet. Maybe by the time we get to next training camp, though, with these running backs, we now have Bijan, Taylor, and Gibbs is going to sign.
Yeah, I saw your tweet about holding in.
It would not surprise me at all if maybe they won't hold in because the Bills will just say like, all right, fine. Like we got
Well,
you.
if they don't, I think he will.
We got you on a good deal. How about we throw some more money in this and lower the cap number next year? Like it seems his agent would call and say, hey, you got him on a bargain.
Right.
Once you do right by our guy.
Yeah, and I think honestly for running backs, maybe more than any other position, you better do it. Because, right, isn't the big deal is you don't keep giving out big contracts to running backs? Well, if he's got those numbers and he's got a chance to renegotiate, extend, whatever, I would think it'd be crazy if the agent doesn't ask the Bills about that.
Yeah. It's also funny. I saw maybe Ian Rappaport had a quote tweeted this, that Bijan Robinson, who just signed, said he wanted to get the running back market where it's supposed to be, right? Because Bijan gets big money. Like he wants to get the market where it's supposed to be. And the fact that the NFL has convinced him that he did is funny. He signed for less a percentage of the cap than McCaffrey did in his last contract. Like, Bijan did not totally reset the market.
Yeah.
Being the highest paid the next year isn't necessarily doing the work you think it is. When it happens to other positions, we see guys go clear by 10.
Yeah.
Right? Who's the corner who signed last year? Was it Surtain or Sting?
Surtain signed.
He might have gone like $12 million above the most recent corner, or $10 million or $8 million. Like, this is a position that still gets paid not as much as it used to.
Right.
But anyway.
Is McCaffrey number one paid running back?
Number one by percentage of cap, yes.
But McCaffrey, again, was like 6 years ago. And since then, everybody's gone way below that. Barkley signed below that. Like, every running back that is signed has gone down. I guess what Bijan would probably say is, I am bringing it back to where it was 6 years ago when McCaffrey signed his first contract, right?
Well, McCaffrey's latest contract was signed in 2024.
Okay. Oh, his most recent one? Okay.
Yeah. In 2024, 2 years ago, he signed for a higher percentage of the cap than Bijan Robinson did this week. So you didn't reset the market. You just went with the passage of time. Anyway, that's my own little axe to grind that I like to bring up all the time. How you feeling about the Bills? You excited for the season? You're not going to work. You're not going to pick the Bills. We've established that.
The Bills. I've heard of them.
You're just going to enjoy the games?
I am.
Are you though?
Well, I'm going to attempt to enjoy. No. Yeah, no, I think, I don't know. I was thinking about this the other day. The last time I watched football without any kind of work connection was 1988. So
no,
I'm looking forward to this.
No, nothing. No leading the charge.
Nothing.
Nothing.
No more football work ever.
Wow.
I'm just going to hang out, watch with my wife, watch with friends, have people over, put the TV on the back deck, hang out, football, grill, like have a real normal life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will you be stressed or will you not be stressed?
I think all this sounds like you're designing it to not be stressed.
I'm hoping not. I'm trying to eliminate stress in my life from sports. I stopped watching the Mets 2.5 months ago, so that really helped a lot.
Good.
Sabre playoff games were a little bit of a test, not going to lie. That was a little stressful. So I'm doing what I can. I'm sure I will still be stressed, but it'll be nice I don't have to be on social media. I don't have to see what, experts like you two guys are tweeting about or Xing about or whatever the heck they call it now. I can just watch the game. No notes. By the way, the sales of yellow legal pads in this country are about to plummet.
Sell your stock in big yellow legal pads.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, I'm actually excited to I'm going to, 2 of their games, weeks 2 and 3, whatever, I'll be in Denver. I won't even see the games. We're going out to Denver for a week. So I'm going to miss.
Nice.
Was there a Thursday night game against Miami, I think? After whatever. Is it the second and third game? There's a Sunday, Thursday?
Thursday is the opener against Detroit.
Going to be hanging out in Denver. I won't even see the game.
Yeah. What do you think about that opener? You're not picking the Bills. I'm just asking.
Who's the opener again?
Detroit.
The home opener or the
season opener?
That's what I meant. That's
home
what I meant.
opener, Detroit.
Like Highmark.
Yeah, I mean it'd be really cool. I wish I could be there. I think that's going to be really cool. I'll have to find a sports bar in Denver and just watch it somewhere. But I think that'll be a great game. Should be a shootout. Why not have that as a home opener?
You would think so.
Should be fantastic.
Regarding picking the Bills being over, thanks for announcing it on Twitter. Without like a formal, hey, by the way.
I emailed our boss.
Also, I still have an idea.
I hate when he says that.
Yeah, I got an idea.
He's got something.
He calls me. I'm about to go on a tour. Actually, you texted me, and I think I tried to call you back, and you were golfing. And I'm about to do a tour, and he said something about, I've got an idea. Anytime those words come out of his mouth, Joe, you should be very afraid.
Oh, I'm excited because you never know what you're going to get.
If he tries that on you, when he says to you, Joe, I've got an idea, you should be really, really nervous.
Right.
But you got a lot of response, and
I did.
I saved 2 responses that I thought were pretty funny when you tweeted out, like, pick the Bills is over. This is the 2 sides of the coin.
Yeah.
One of them was this segment inspired me to buy tickets to a Bills game on the West Coast, front row end zone, November 19th, 2017, a day before my birthday. I even emailed in, and Jeremy read it on the air. That was the power of Howard picks the Bills. Nathan Peterman then threw 5 interceptions immediately. You owe me money.
The number of times I had people, we would do the segment, and I would have people tweet me. And let's say I picked them to lose a game in Atlanta.
And they'd be going to the game?
Person would tweet me and go, that's the game I'm going to. Thanks, Howard.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I had a guy one night, my wife and I were out at dinner at Schmickyard Schmarbecue in Schmewiston.
I feel like you can say Lewiston.
Can I?
I think so.
It's
the
just
Lewiston part.
The restaurant there?
Acceptable.
So Lewiston.
Yeah.
And literally that was the night we were having the discussion of whether or not I want to keep doing this. And some guy walks over to the table. He's a fan of the show. And he said, hey, how you enjoying retirement? It's great. Miss you on the radio. Blah, blah. Can't wait to hear you pick the Bills. And I'm like, sir, funny you should mention that. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to do it. We were just having this discussion, my wife and I, and he spent the next 10 minutes trying to convince me to do it.
Is it that guy's fault? You were still discussing
I was on the
it,
fence. And
then he comes over, you're like, you know what? I can't deal with this anymore.
Honey, you see this? This is what I'm dealing with. I don't want this.
We got to find that guy.
So I get it. It's cool. I mean, you're the reason I should blame you. You created this monster. No. But yeah, I mean, it's, people, when I see people out, they go, are you doing pick the Bills again? I just have no desire to talk about football on the air anymore.
Yeah. As we bring you in to talk about Bills training camp. The other side of the coin was
only for you.
Jeff wrote in, I know it meant nothing, as you liked to constantly remind us, but I was listening live the first time you picked the Bills to win the Super Bowl in 2020 or whenever that was. Mm-hmm. WGR eventually put the clip in the intro, and I genuinely got choked up even considering the idea.
Don't do this to me. I'm Jewish. It does not take a lot to make me feel guilty about anything. Wow, you're like my dear departed Jewish grandmother.
We're just having a goodbye segment.
It's
that's
okay.
Yeah.
You'll pick the Bills another day. Don't worry. No, it's who's going to do it? Why don't you do it?
Well, this is what I can give you what my idea is. My idea is just so far in this segment, you've already said Denver, Miami, and Detroit. Like we're
almost a third of the way through the schedule.
Yeah. I mean, I could have just decided to trick you into saying all these team names, but I think Joe and I will just talk about the games and the schedule and the
who would Howard pick.
Just like not even really that, but the moving of Houston. After Houston is the first game, so we're talking about Baltimore.
Yeah.
Oh, Baltimore's off to a rough start. The Bills are good. That's an easy win right now. You know, that's what Pick the Bills was like.
Right.
It's kind of like the reverse AFC power rankings that Showman the Bulldog do, which is it's the ups and downs of all the teams in the league and how it affects your schedule.
Yeah, it's a weekly check-in on who the Bills are playing.
So we'll do that.
Yeah.
And then at the end, like whoever we're going to pick will just play your voice, and we'll be like, oh yeah, it looks like Howard's got Houston.
You know who should do this? Knox.
My son?
Knox would be good at this.
Nah, I think your voice is better. That way, we can punish you when people out and about say, hey, I heard you had him going 13-4 this week. And you're like, no, I didn't.
Right. And I heard you pick the Patriots this week. What the hell?
Right, yeah. I heard it. I heard your voice.
Yeah, I heard it. You were picking them. We're going to need a big, like, Gino Steratore size Howard cutout, though, to put, like, in one of the empty chairs.
People would get angry about those picks. And I thought, I get it. I think most of them were kind of kidding around. But the people who would seriously get upset, I always wondered, do they think there's a correlation between me picking and how the actual outcome of the game is? I have no bearing on it.
There must be some science to it. Some
bearing at all.
Force in the universe that somehow caused the wins or the losses based on how you picked.
What have you gotten to the show yet where you actually do pick what a final record will be? Both of you go on record with your records?
No, we haven't.
Not yet.
Maybe is that more closer to opener?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough because Zach Jones, who does the Extra Point Show, he posted a poll yesterday about how has training camp affected your thoughts on the season, and I thought it was the perfect question and the perfect results, which was like 50% of the votes say I feel better.
Yeah.
50% say I feel the same, and none were negative. Because that's what camp is, right?
Right.
Unless your players are getting hurt.
Injured. Right.
Camp is designed to make you feel pretty good.
Or all of a sudden Josh Allen forgot how to throw a football.
Right, which is,
not
of course.
Training camp means less and less to me. I shouldn't say that. If there's new coaches, sometimes there's that. Look, I still feel good. I mean, they should make the playoffs. I still think they're a contender in the AFC. I do think the Patriots are going to drop back. Last year, just too much stuff was happening. Right,
but if they drop back though, they'll do it as a better team.
I think they're legit.
That's the thing that's going to happen here. Like New England should be a better team that wins fewer games.
They're a legit good team. No doubt about it. I think Drake May is really a good quarterback, which is kind of depressing.
Mm-hmm.
I guess my question is, guys, and you would, again, I'm not really following camp that closely because I don't have to. My question is, what's the defense going to look like?
Mm-hmm.
It's a revamped unit. It's a new defensive coordinator, first time. And do they have the horses to get this thing done? Josh will be Josh. Mm-hmm. Cook is fine. I guess DJ Moore's having a big camp. I think he's going to be fine.
Looks pretty good.
The line will be – the offense should be fine. I have no idea what the defense is going to be. None whatsoever. No feel. They're very thin at cornerback. I think they're better at safety. I'm not sure about the pass rush. Like, there's a lot of questions about the defense. That worries me.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think they could be anywhere from top 10 to bottom 10, honestly.
Really?
There's a huge variance on the defense.
Yeah. So that's work in progress.
To that point, like, there's a million different power rankings, and you can choose which one you like the results of. We brought up that on the Madden ratings, which, do you like Madden or not? They gave Josh Allen a 99. That's good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Bills' defense, overall, the Madden rating of the defense was 7th worst in the league.
Really?
Only 6 teams had a lower overall defense ranking than the Bills. Now, I'm not telling you that's predictive, but that gives you an idea of like whatever their algorithm says. Like,
half the starters are gone, right?
Right.
More than half, technically, I guess.
Right. And you're counting on some rookies.
Yeah.
You're counting on some guys in year 2 or 3 that you haven't really seen anything from yet.
Right.
So
I think I don't know. Again, where do you rank them? I don't know. But I think the questions about the defense are fair, and they won't be answered. But the opener is a really great challenge for the defense, by the way. The first home opener, I should say. They won't be answered until the season gets going. But I still feel optimistic.
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't you? As long as the guy at quarterback is still playing quarterback for the Bills, there's no reason not to be optimistic.
Yeah.
You just hope that this isn't like one of those things where the nightmare scenario is their Joe Burrow's Bengals. Whatever year it was when he'd score 38 and they'd lose by 3.
That nightmare,
which is not going to happen.
That nightmare scenario did appear in a Super Bowl. Just saying. Like,
yeah, I know.
Also, their defense is probably going to be fine this year. The Bengals.
No, I'm saying if the Bills, like if the season falls apart, it's because the offense has to put up 35 to 38 every game.
I mean, Burrow himself has not had. So like the Bengals have missed the playoffs, and the Bengals' record doesn't look great. Burrow hasn't had a losing season since his rookie season.
Is that right?
Yeah, like
as a starter.
For him, it's health.
Yeah, right.
As much as it is, the
and when
defense
he comes back,
is
they're
bad.
1-5 or 1-7 or whatever.
And he's not. I mean, 9-8, 5-3, 5-5 even. Like some of these seasons he's healthy and his win record isn't incredible, but like their biggest problem is probably he doesn't stay on the field.
Well, the other thing I want to get to you about that nightmare scenario, because just thinking about this, there's probably no better scenario for, in some ways, Joe Brady individually than they're a trash fire on defense and they score 1 million points.
Yeah.
Because then it's, well, he can coach, and
we just got to find the defensive guy.
And how come the defense is still bad? And you know what the answer to that will be? The GM.
Yeah, the roster is not
the roster.
Right.
Like if all of a sudden the offense gets back to gangbusters because they have to, Brady will, I think, be given credit for opening things up. Allen will have a monster statistical season.
Yep.
And just like we do with all the other teams, when the Chiefs' offense hums, it's Andy Reid. We don't get mad at Andy Reid about the defense. Mike McDaniel's defense, like you might have a bad defense, and sure, the buck stops with the head coach. But the same way that McDermott never got credit for the offense, was only blamed for its shortcomings, like Brady will. I don't think Brady will ever get heat about the defense.
Unless you
Should he ever?
He chose Jim Leonard is the only thing you could bring up. It's his guy.
I guess
he didn't inherit a defensive coordinator. He brought one in.
Right, and Jim Leonard has had success. So if Jim Leonard can't have success, like where's that land?
Right.
So the nightmare scenario you laid out, like I think that ends up being Brady comes off looking good.
So who is the Kansas City is right? Who knows about Mahomes? Is there a clear-cut AFC super team? Like,
no, that's part of
I'm not checking power rankings. Is there anybody who's a consensus?
Part of my optimism about the year, even though I have no idea how good the Bills' defense is, every other AFC contender has questions as big as the Bills do.
Right.
To me, like I think Baltimore's questions are as big, New England's are as big, Kansas City's I think are bigger.
How do you feel about Denver?
I don't know. The quarterback always holds me back there. Yeah. But, I mean, they probably should. I probably should give them more. The roster there is incredible, especially after adding Jalen Waddle. That helps a lot. So, yeah, like Denver probably should be in there. And there are a lot of people picking Houston now to win the AFC.
They got a long way to bounce back.
They have a lot of...
Their defense is the best unit
offense.
in the conference, is what you hear a lot.
And you hear a lot of Stroud had a lot to working against him.
Yeah.
The take I arrived at yesterday is whoever wins the Bills-Texans game is going to be crowned pretty quick.
Maybe.
As the team to beat in the AFC.
If Stroud comes in and has a really good game in that opener, and with their defense, might be.
Yeah, if they beat the Bills to start the season with C.J. Stroud, like they'll be crowned as the team to beat in the AFC. And if the Bills win, I think they'll get that too, because you will have gone on the road with your new head coach and beaten another team people think is a contender in a place that you lose all the time.
I was just going to point out,
you get
it's
hammered.
not like the Bills beat the Texans anyway.
Right. And if you're looking at the other AFC contenders, again, like what are we talking about? We're talking about who will be crowned at week 1. I guess if New England goes into Seattle and wins, but
that'd be impressive.
That'd be impressive.
Yeah.
But the Bengals play the Bucs, the Jaguars play the Browns, the Ravens play the Colts. Like
you've not mentioned yet the team that's actually the third favorite to win the AFC.
The Broncos?
Nope.
The Chiefs?
Nope.
Who?
Chargers.
The Chargers.
It goes Bills, Ravens, Chargers.
Chargers play the Cardinals, and then Broncos, Chiefs.
Oh, they will smoke the Cardinals.
Yes, they will. Get ready for Mike McDaniel to drop 70 on the on the Cardinals.
Yeah, but the Chargers are the Chargers have been the same for 25 years.
Right. That's the thing with LA. You just talk to me in the postseason. Just let me see what you guys do in the playoffs. I don't care what they do in the regular season.
Also, Mike McDaniel might think they're in San Diego. Did you see his quote yesterday?
Ron Burgundy was right about this.
Ron Burgundy was right about this
right.
place. Like,
yeah.
Wait, Ron Burgundy was in San Diego. Does Mike McDaniel think he's in San Diego?
I saw the quote, and it totally didn't register that. Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. They're in Los Angeles, and he was, Hopefully he doesn't read the prompter.
It's funny. Good stuff.
Everything else all right, fellas?
Everything's good.
Life's good?
Yeah.
Yep. just to people will when you leave say, I thought you were going to make him pick one last time, and I'm not going to do that because I know you legitimately are done and don't want to. So I'm telling you, I'm not going to do that.
I'm going to hug you.
See,
You're a good
I couldn't
man.
actually do that.
You're a good man. Have you?
just have him pick.
What do you think is going to happen in the opener? If you had to say do a segment called "Pick the Bills," what would your pick be for Week 1? When was the last time they won down there?
Oh,
2006.
J.P. Lossman, Peerless Price, Lee Evans.
Now there have been a ton of games down there.
No.
but still.
There've been a few.
And when they
though.
lose down there, there's some ugly loot.
I mean, there's
right?
the
J.J. Watt pick six.
There's a Peterman game. Peterman, Allen gets hurt.
Peterman threw a pick six
about that
on
game.
the last drive.
There's
right.
the playoff game. There's the Davis Mills last year game. Is that 4? Is there another one in there?
There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Texans wins in Houston since the Bills last
I'm
won
missing
there.
2 others. One of those is a Ryan Fitzpatrick win for the Texans, right?
2012, 21-9.
This,
2014.
I miss these moments where you just remember all this.
And what other
stuff.
one am I missing?
2014, 23-17. Was there 2 Fitzpatrick? No, that's the EJ game.
That's
the
J.J.
pick
Watt.
six?
2018, that's Peterman. 2020 is playoffs. 24 and 25. So back-to-back seasons.
Okay. Oh,
They
right.
lost to
Allen
Stroud
Allen
once.
backed
Right.
up on his own one, threw
Yes.
it deep 3 times in a row.
That's right. There was that game too.
And McDermott was caught mouthing on the broadcast, "What are we doing? Why are we not going for the first down?"
Right.
Good times, huh?
It didn't have any receivers.
So what do you think?
That's why.
Why don't you
Well,
guys
maybe
do-
that was his point. Like, why are we throwing it to Mac Hollins 30 yards down the field? We don't have any receivers.
They're going to beat the Texans because the Texans are going to walk in and be like, "Wait, what? They got a receiver now? One? They got one?
Why don't you guys do a road trip? Go to Houston.
Nah.
That's not a good visit in September. It's going to be 150 degrees there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right?
Pass.
Just a thought.
Oh, I haven't been to Houston. Have you been to Houston? Is that a good city to visit?
I was there one time for a Bills game. Came in for the game, left the next day.
It wouldn't rank high on my Bills visit list this year.
No,
like
I'm
Vegas
not
would be
sure,
number one.
I have been to Houston. I say this every time we talk about it. I've been to Houston, and I don't feel like I was in Houston because Houston is so big that I was in it while not being in it.
Yeah.
It's like the size of a state.
It's unbelievably
What's
big.
the best road trip this year?
Either Vegas or I would have said Green Bay if it wasn't in December.
Ooh, that's
Oh, does that make it better for some people?
Vegas,
Lambeau in the snow.
Vegas, Green Bay, Minnesota. They don't play Minnesota all that much. That's a good one.
Denver.
A nice stadium. You can hear them do
Denver's
the
a
old,
good one.
But Denver's on Christmas.
Yeah.
Which
Vegas.
kind of ruins it.
It's got to be Vegas because they've never been to Vegas when you could go as a
and
fan.
obviously, if
Correct.
you've never been to Vegas, everybody in their lifetime, one time at least, should go experience Vegas.
And then LA, because they go to LA like every year at this point.
You guys are probably high rollers too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, 2 more practices
Not
and the
in
Bills
Vegas.
are back in town. Camp wraps up.
Go to break.
Blue and red. We got to go to break.
Nice
Thanks for
to see
coming.
you.
Thanks for coming in. Thanks for all
It's
the
been a
years.
pleasure.
All the
just
years.
so you know,
Yeah.
there's only 3 reasons I will ever come in and go on your show again.
All right.
1, can you guess them?
Bills win the Super Bowl.
2,
Mets win the World Series.
no, but that's okay. 4,
Sabres win the Stanley Cup.
2, 3. This is the best one.
Bandits.
No,
What?
your final show.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's
In
tomorrow.
another 15 or 20 years, I'll come
Actually,
back in.
Surprise, that might be tomorrow.
Joe's making that crazy. Huh?
I don't know. You might want to find out.
Your final show, I'll be happy
Make sure
to do a
management gives
segment.
you a heads up because you never know. They might just surprise me.
Day after Bills win the Super Bowl.
Nah, you're good. 15 more years of this.
It's early in the morning.
Yes, it is.
Well, thanks for coming in.
Always nice to see you, boys. Have a great season.
Howard picks the Bills. R.I.P. Howard picks the Bills in its former state, but you're still going to hear his voice saying team names.
Okay, that's fair.
Yes. We're going to do it.
That I can do.
I think we're going to do that.
Yeah.
Jim Leonard, some takeaways from his presser. He just spoke at Bills camp. They're back on the practice field at St. John Fisher. Let you know what Jim Leonard said about fights at practice next.
The Bills are back at it today. St. John Fisher University practice underway. One of their final 2 practices before heading back to Highmark Stadium on Saturday for the return of the blue and red practice and scrimmage. We heard from Jeff Rogers and Joe Brady earlier this week. Jim Leonard just spoke with the media. In case you missed anything, you can find all of the coach and player sound on demand at WGR550.com. We'll bring you some highlights of Jim Leonard's press conference. Coverage of training camp on WGR, presented by Fiegel Car and Joyce, your border attorneys, by Outlet Liquor. When you need to stock up, it's the place to buy a case. What's your outlet? And by the Barnes Firm. Car crash? You've got to call the Barnes Firm. 1-800-8-million. Around the NFL, Hall of Fame game today. Football back for those keeping track. Pro Bowl running back Jonathan Taylor and the Colts, they reached an agreement today on a 2-year, $44 million extension worth up to $47 million. That includes $39 million guaranteed. Rams edge rusher Myles Garrett, dealing with the lower body soreness, returned to practice yesterday, and the Rams also hosted Aaron Donald for a workout. The Commanders, they signed Stephon Diggs, formerly of the Patriots, of course, and NFL Network's Cameron Wolfe reports the Browns will alternate quarterbacks in Shadur Sanders and Deshaun Watson throughout the preseason. Those are your Paddock Chevrolet sports headlines. Paddock Chevrolet, with you for the extra mile since 1935. I'm Joe Cali for Western New York's Voice of the Fan, WGR.
To me, there's always there's some that are justified, and then there's some that are like, all right, you're just tired and being. There's and everything in between there. So you'd rather pull guys back, right? I mean, I think every coach, every team, you want a team that bites a little bit, not just talks it. There's a fine line. There's always a fine line, and
Jim Leonard on the fights in camp.
The deserved one he's referencing is probably the Elam's or late shot on Kincaid.
Yep. I asked Big O Jerry Ostrowski in the Bill Squad show yesterday about, a defensive player smokes a star like that, like Kincaid, and hears about it from head coach. And like, does anybody on the list of coaches down, give him a wink, like, love that intensity? And he said, no, not when it's like Dalton Kincaid.
Right. If it's like guys down the roster, maybe?
I don't know. Like, just it's teammates. You can't do that. You got to respect each other.
Yeah.
The fact that Kincaid's not expecting to be hit like that.
Right.
That's part of the deal here is like, we're on the same team. This is practice. And his comment was basically the only thing worse than that would be if you're rushing Allen and you throw your arm up as he's throwing and he hits your arm. Like, kick him off the team if a guy did that. So, a thing about practice is quarterbacks are never getting sacked and yada, yada.
What happened with Lossman when he broke his leg? Was that an accident or did someone hit him?
Well, that's a controversy, conspiracy.
2004.
Troy Vincent hit him, and people that were there said they thought Vincent was sending a message. And Shope famously asked Tom Donahoe, can we see the tape? People aren't tweeting out videos at that point. Had they done that,
right,
we might have a different opinion of what happened.
The controversy that would have been.
Yeah. Took out Lawson. He's running around too much, and somebody hit him and broke his leg.
Going into his second year, right? Or first year. No, it was his rookie season.
Yeah, rookie season. Oof. And then his first action as an NFL starter was in New England off a broken leg, having not passed all that much. Gotten that many reps, and he threw an interception to Tully Banta-Kane, if memory serves me.
That looks correct. He briefly appeared in 3 games.
Yeah. Late in New England. Oh, here's the kid that not sure his leg even works.
He only attempted 5 passes.
One of them picked off.
And then his first game of the following season was that Houston game that different Houston game, maybe, that we were talking about earlier.
Jason Peters, touchdown.
Yeah.
C.J. Gardner-Johnson is back at practice today in uniform, stretching in full pads.
Huge.
The Bills signed a linebacker, Otis Reese IV, and placed Demetrius Flanagan-Fowles on injured reserve. And where are you in the Tyler Bass controversy conspiracy now that we're just on a full conspiracy segment?
I think they need another kicker is where I'm at. We're a week into training camp and more than a year into his injury here, and he's unavailable to them. Like, I'm worried not just about even when he comes back. This is what happened last year. They were managing the injury. He wasn't really practicing. He wasn't kicking. Then he kicked in the preseason, and it got worse, and then he was out for the season. So, I'm hoping that doesn't happen again. But how much can you trust his availability right now, even if he were to come back today? So I feel like they might need another kicker here. That's where my mind is with it.
Is it at all possible, and this is the only time this conspiracy could exist, he's at the new stadium kicking? He's just constantly practicing in the new...
You think he's in Buffalo?
That's what I mean. Like, listen, we have a new stadium, and actually what we need you doing is practicing in that thing. But...
I don't know.
Right. The flip side of that is, how likely is it no one's seen him kick, and the first time he kicks publicly is in front of 45,000 fans?
Would you even want that? Like,
that's what I mean.
Fans would know. Fans are pretty plugged in. Like, a lot of fans in the stadium will know, like, this dude hasn't kicked a ball in front of people in a year. And if he goes to the new stadium and he misses 3 of 4, like, that's not a great environment for him to get his first crack at kicking in front of an audience in a long time. So I think it would be strange if they thought, well, we're going to wait until there are 60,000 people in the stands before we let him kick a football in front of the public. So it's all strange. It's all strange and all weird, but all of it results in he probably had a pretty bad injury for a kicker to have, right? It's a pelvic injury that he couldn't get out of bed with at times a year ago. I don't know how a guy comes back from that. He didn't have great numbers before that.
Well, again, we're still waiting for that familiar face. It mentioned there'd been a report out there. The Bills are maybe going to add a familiar face.
Right.
And you had a name today that we did not mention, but...
Bring back an old friend that loved to be on Instagram with some not quite cryptic, but things that you thought could mean something that maybe didn't mean anything.
Von Miller's up tweeting about the Bills.
Von Miller's posting
Instagram, sorry.
Pictures on Instagram of Josh Allen, and there's like messages along with it about, just like motivational stuff. So nothing concrete that would say he's signing with the Bills, but he did coincidentally post a couple Bills pictures recently, and he is a free agent.
And he had a good year.
He did. And I don't know, does he have... I mean, he was in Denver in 2021. I don't know if there's any crossover between him and somebody that's now on the coaching staff or even the system. He would have, I think, a little crossover with Bradley Chubb, right?
Yes.
Couple of years there. And I think maybe they might be close. I feel like he had talked about Chubb a couple times.
Yeah.
So that is a connection point between, and obviously other guys that are on the Bills that he played with 2 years ago. So, yeah, Von. Bad idea?
I mean, he'd be the DPR, right? That we talked about all draft season, the designated pass rusher.
Do they already have that, though?
Who?
Like, who comes off the field for Von on a 3rd and 10?
Well, whoever it is
Chubb or Rousseau?
Well, Chubb... Right. Neither one of those guys is just a designated pass rusher, though. They'll be on the field in more than just those situations. This would be, the guy you bring in for this exact stuff. We were talking about that for, was R. Mason Thomas one of the guys in the draft for this? Anyway,
right. Yeah,
I think they're...
Cassius Howell was, too, wasn't he?
Yeah. They look crowded among their defensive players up front. I don't know how it shakes out. So it's kind of like the receiver conversation. Like, you want to bring Von, and I think you've got a lot of bodies already there. And
right.
I'd be a little surprised to see anybody, kicked out for Von. 803-0550. The NFL's top 100 rolls along. Jared Verse and George Pickens make the list this time.
Oh, wait. Let me guess what numbers we're at. If it's Jared Verse and George Pickens, we're in the 40s.
30s.
The 30s?
Verse is 35. Pickens is 36. He was not in the NFL's top 100 last year. He goes to 36.
Wow.
Yep.
I mean, he had a monster season.
First Pro Bowl, first All-Pro team, first NFL top 100 list for George Pickens.
And he's not going to get paid this offseason?
He's going to play on the franchise tag. And then this offseason, I mean,
I wonder if they're... The Cowboys are different than some teams, but read Tyler Dunn's receiver piece a couple weeks ago, and there was references to Brandon Ayuk in there, and Pickens was in there as well. Like, which teams are spooked by receiver personality?
Yeah.
Not all of them. Some of them are fine. We'll deal with it. We'll manage it. They'll be worth it. But there are definitely some teams in the league that I think are spooked, would be spooked to say, yeah, that guy, he's incredible. I'm just going to commit to him for a long time at big money and trust that he's just going to stay on the right path here.
Did you see, there's a pretty funny, I thought, Ayuk meme that went around yesterday.
Okay.
It
was
was
Substation involved?
No. It was, the caption was Ayuk seeing the Commanders sign Diggs.
Oh.
And it was the picture of Diggs at Arrowhead watching the celebration, except it was flipped to Ayuk. And
Ayuk was Diggs, and he was
Ayuk
watching
was
Diggs sign with
watching the Chiefs celebrate.
That's pretty good memeing.
I thought it was pretty good.
That's some pretty good memeing.
He thought he was going to go to Washington, and I don't know how that's going to happen now. 803-0550 and 1-888-550. Nope, that number doesn't exist anymore.
There's one.
That's one.
Paul, by the way, texted he saw Bass the other day at Fisher. So,
but not kicking.
No, not kicking, but he wasn't at the new stadium that day, at least. Kicking there.
Is anybody allowed on the grass right now?
It's probably grown in enough at this point where you can just walk around on it like they normally would. Well, I guess like they normally would. There hasn't been a normally would. They haven't had grass since the 60s. So
yeah. Exciting.
Brandon Ayuk has not posted on Instagram since Diggs signed. That seems stunning to me. He's been posting 5 times a day. Some were like conspiracy theory that he would just show up at Commander's camp even though he's not on the team. He would just go. Like, I'm a Commander. His career's over.
Ayuk?
Mike Giannitti yesterday about like kind of how that works. He needs to submit a letter to Roger Goodell seeking reinstatement. That would be reinstatement to the Niners. And the Niners would suffer a dead cap hit should they cut him. And right now, they suffer no cap hit because he's not reporting. So the Niners are actually incentivized for him to never report again. But my question to that, and maybe I'll text Mike about this, like what happens if Ayuk just decides I'm going to report in November? Or I'm going to report next year? Like, does the cap hit just automatically get kicked back in whenever he decides I'm going to start playing football again? Because then you're kind of in an awkward position if you're San Francisco. Like, any day he can just throw $20 million back onto our salary cap? Because that seems problematic if that's how that works.
Yeah. He was good. He was Brock Purdy seeing him away from catching a game-winning touchdown in the Super Bowl. Ayuk.
I don't remember that play.
He's wide open.
Against the Eagles?
No, against the Chiefs.
The Chiefs, yeah.
Yep. Just, he's Brock Purdy seeing him and throwing the ball.
Yeah.
All right. Bill's back at practice. Keep you updated on what's going on there. Jeremy and Joe on WGR.
Notice a rattle in your ducts or a rise in your heating and cooling bills? If you do, give Belknap a ring with 0% financing. Cost of upgrading to a high-efficiency dual-fuel heating system is a breeze. You can learn more at belknapheating.com. That's belknapheating.com.
I'm on the Cardinals tonight. No, sorry, the Panthers. I saw clips from Cardinals practice, and they look like the Bad News Bears. What's the football version of that? Drops everywhere, guys falling down.
Yeah.
Which team is Haynes King? Is that Arizona?
That is
Kenny Pickett against.
No, Haynes King is on the Panthers.
All right, I'm on Haynes King. You said you watched him and he was good in college or fun.
Georgia. I watched him twice. At Georgia Tech, he looked good. Pickett's a preseason hero, isn't he? Isn't he the quarterback when the Steelers had that perfect preseason that everybody was like, "Oh, they're going to be so good."
Yes. Back when our buddy Andrew was predicting him to be the next Joe Montana. That was a fun time. That was a fun time.
Yeah.
Gotta love training camp. Bill's back to it today.
Ridiculous things that you'll read about camp. I saw one actually just a minute ago about where is it? There was an interesting term that was used about a running back. I forget. It was about Omarion Hampton.
Oh, yeah?
In the Chargers.
That's a fantasy backfield people kind of don't know what to do with.
Yeah, I mean, Hampton is starting to go really high. But, yeah, you got to...
Even though people believe Keaton Mitchell will be a part of it and Kamani Vidal could be in there too?
He is the center of unique twists, was the term.
What is that? What?
I don't know. That can mean anything.
Has he got spin moves people haven't seen before?
Oh, you've got him actually twisting.
What else would it be?
I don't know. Like, he's lining up in the slot.
Oh.
Or something. I don't know.
Line him up at guard if you want to impress me.
Hide him at guard?
That's some positional versatility. 803-0550, 1-888-550-2550 to join us. Happy Thursday. Nice day today. Maybe a passing thunderstorm a little bit later in the week. Supposed to rain tomorrow, weekend. Could get some rain for the blue and red. We're so close. 2 days to the blue and red in our first look inside that stadium. Jeremy and Joe on WGR. If he wins it this year, it's funny. Like every.
Bills back at it today at St. John Fisher University, one of their final 2 practices there before heading back to Highmark Stadium on Saturday for the return of the blue and red practice and scrimmage. We heard from Jeff Rogers and Joe Brady earlier this week. Jim Leonard spoke this morning. Be able to find that on demand at WGR550.com. Coverage of training camp on WGR presented by Fiegel Car and Joyce, your border attorneys, by Outlet Liquor. When you need to stock up, it's the place to buy a case. What's your outlet? And by the Barnes Firm. Car crash? You've got to call the Barnes Firm. 1-800-8-million. Around the NFL, Hall of Fame game today. Football's back for those who are keeping track. Pro Bowl running back Jonathan Taylor and the Colts, they reached an agreement today on a 2-year, $44 million extension worth up to $47 million. That includes $39 million guaranteed. That's per ESPN's Adam Schefter. Rams edge rusher Myles Garrett, with lower body soreness, returned to practice yesterday, and the Rams hosted Aaron Donald for a workout. The Commanders, they signed Stephon Diggs, formerly of the Patriots, of course, and NFL Network's Cameron Wolfe reports that the Browns will alternate quarterbacks in Shadur Sanders and Deshaun Watson as preseason starters. That's your Paddock Chevrolet Sports Update. Paddock Chevrolet, with you for the extra mile since 1935. I'm Joe Cali for Western New York's Voice of the Fan, WGR.
Okay, so news on Jahmyr Gibbs.
Okay. He's at practice for Detroit.
He's there.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing a walkthrough, taking reps, early walkthrough. Remind me when James Cook was didn't he show up to camp? And we're like, whoa, but he's not practicing, and it was moments away.
He practiced the first few days, and then he just decided after a couple of days into camp, he was there, and that he wasn't coming out in uniform or with pads on, and then I think he just stood on the sidelines. That's how I remember it. But It was like the 4th or 5th day of camp. Like, camp opened and there was no hold-in, and then the hold-in began afterwards.
All right, well, he's at camp taking reps, early walkthrough. Wouldn't you think this means that
they're at least talking, and maybe he thinks they're close enough.
Yeah.
It'll get done. I don't need to not show up.
Right.
That would be my guess. I don't think it's, I'm good, not signing, and there's no contract coming.
So I have an idea for a segment.
By the way, real quick before we jump in, Deion Walker is also practicing, so is C.J. Gardner-Johnson.
He had an elbow tweak, was getting fitted for a brace.
Yep.
So Walker and C.J. Gardner-Johnson both practicing. I had an idea for a segment.
Okay.
And, all these segments, power rankings, Howard picks the Bills, blah, blah, blah.
Hyper or diaper?
Hyper or diaper. I don't think
It's just an idea?
I don't think that one's going to stick.
No?
Anyway, the idea is this. You guys know what a power hour is? You ever do I don't know that I ever even did a power hour in college, but do you know what a power hour is?
Sure. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not exactly.
You take a shot of beer every minute.
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
And for a full hour.
I just feel like the term power hour is used so much in things.
Maybe.
but-
To me, that's a power hour.
Okay.
Shot of beer every minute.
Yeah. Yep. Okay.
I thought we could do that, and especially
A shot every minute?
No.
Let's do it live on. Yeah.
It's a great idea.
plan.
Great idea for a segment. We get hammered.
8 a.m.
No, I thought what we could do is, 32 minutes, 31 teams. We don't have a 31-minute segment. We go late sometimes. We could do that. The idea was just, the season's about to start. Like Arizona and Carolina play today.
Yeah.
What do we think about them? Whatever it is, scientific or unscientific, we would go through. Let's do the NFC. 16 minutes on the clock. The top of the bang, it hits. We start talking Arizona. When it hits again, it's Atlanta.
Okay.
And you're just getting 16 minutes of takes
Yeah.
It's
like a minute on the two teams that are in that. In the next matchup, kind of like not about the matchup.
Yeah, just like first up Arizona.
We got a minute on Carolina.
And then like next, give me some preseason games.
Yeah.
A minute on the Eagles. A minute on the Giants.
Yeah.
And it caps at a minute, and it's 16 minutes of takes.
Yeah.
Only because the conferences are 16 minutes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you want to try that,
I'm gonna call it the power. The power hour. It doesn't work because it's only It would only be 16 minutes.
Right, not an hour.
Right.
It's kind of like workshopping it.
Yeah.
Something.
Does it seem like something we should do?
I think
like
that'd be
this.
fun.
I like this a lot.
The blitz or something like
Yeah,
that.
something with blitz you could do. You could do
Something about minutes.
Yeah, minutes.
You want to do it and see what the chat and Twitter want to say about the name for it? We'll just try it.
I'll tell you right now, chat is not going to follow the rules. You get them on one topic and the minute strikes. They're not
I
going
was
to
going to
stop.
say not only that, but they're probably talking about something else. Because
What are they? They're talking about outdoor gyms right now.
Okay.
Outdoor gyms.
The YouTube chat has talked about outdoor gyms and Greek gods today.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's correct.
That's the YouTube chat.
Yeah, I saw Jupiter was called a store brand Zeus.
Right.
What?
I believe is
What does
what
that
I saw. Because Jupiter is the Roman god.
Oh.
And Zeus is
Like
Greek,
a
the Greek god.
dime store Zeus?
Yeah, dime store
Dime
Zeus.
store Zeus.
Yeah.
That's the name of my fantasy football team this year.
I wonder
the
if
dime store Zeus's.
Yeah. I wonder if Jupiter's a smaller smoker, too.
Is there a smoker that company makes that's smaller? Yeah. Because the Bills have the Zeus at the new stadium. All right, you want to do this?
Yeah, I'm like distracted by trying to come up with a good name. I'm currently looking up words that rhyme with sweet.
Why?
What's sweet?
Some play off the Sweet 16.
All right.
The Fleet 16. No. The Cleat 16.
All right, we're gonna
we'll figure out a name.
Well, let's do the NFC. We'll do every minute on the minute. We switch. We do 1 minute. Fire off whatever you've got on this team.
Okay.
And that's it. Joe Kelly, we're going to need some sort of sound effect to indicate that a minute's gone by.
Okay.
A buzzer.
So you get
something going
a
here.
buzzer, a bell.
There's a horn in there somewhere.
Here
I think.
come 16 minutes it takes on the NFC. As soon as you hit the buzzer, that'll be our mark. Okay. Philadelphia.
Mekhi Lemon's already hurt. That's not great.
So is Devontae Smith?
They're probably one underachieving season away from somebody between the coach and quarterback getting ousted.
That's probably right.
Does it feel like they're trying too hard to seem like everything's okay without A.J. Brown now? Because it feels like that to
They
me.
kind of always do that. There's also a lot of buzz about Dontavian Wicks. They like him quite a bit.
Yeah.
I think he is good.
I do too. He's going to start.
They also have former Bills, former second-round pick Elijah Moore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That is a McDermott spot for me. If they missed the playoffs and Sirianni got fired or something like that.
The story on Philadelphia is they never hired defensive coaches.
Since 95.
Yeah.
Right.
But could they look for a professional then?
Dallas.
That Pickens deal is a weird situation.
Caleb Downs is making impressions early there. Their defense could be kind of nasty.
Their
Really?
defense could get good.
I was just going to ask that. Their defense is bad every year.
It could be kind of good. They've made moves and like their offense is definitely dangerous.
If their defense is good, that's a Super Bowl contender.
Yeah.
Their defense has not been good in years, which I think has really held them back.
Who's getting their carries? Is it going to be Javonte Williams?
It's all Javonte Williams.
I see plenty of like Jaden Blue could make a difference.
Yeah.
And could get in the mix.
I think they win their division.
I'm not buying the blue hype as much.
No.
I think that's a Javonte Williams show.
Wasn't Blue a disaster last year?
He couldn't hang on to the ball. Yeah. The story of him in college was he was great in college, and he fumbled at a historically high rate.
The other thing about the Cowboys I remember is they started the season on Thursday Night Football, and the 2 drives into the game, it was like, oh, I should have drafted Javonte Williams everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, all right, next, Washington.
I like the Diggs move.
Love Diggs.
I'm excited to find out if Jaden Daniels is real.
Yes.
He just needs to
He
stay
had
healthy.
An amazing first year, has not stayed healthy, played with a rib injury, didn't run as much. He and this is the most complimentary way possible. He looks like he plays quarterback asleep.
A little bit.
He is so calm. But
it's smooth and it's good.
It's
Like,
awesome.
Yeah.
I'm just ready to find out if that's legit. They got to the NFC Championship game.
And he was great. He almost had 1,000 yards, 5 touchdowns, 1 pick. That doesn't include all the rushing on top of it.
He had a pretty cool Hail Mary, by the way, his first year, too.
That's right, against the Bears.
Worried about whether he stays healthy ever.
For sure.
Yeah.
Because he just gets
He's kind of
blasted.
slight. Like he's is he Tua-sized? I mean, he's not
He's
that
light.
big.
He might be
No, he's
lighter.
tall.
He's taller, but
thinner.
he's
He's
lankier.
He's built
than
like
that.
Lamar.
Okay.
He's very thin.
I'm excited for scary Terry McLaurin, too, if he stays healthy.
Yeah.
That could be a big addition with Diggs there.
I don't think he's
I
gonna
like
do
Daniels. If he stays healthy, he's elite.
Giants.
Their offense labeled as disjointed by many reporters, so not great look right away.
Guess who's getting first-team reps for them now? Beckham.
Odell, yeah. And you know what he said yesterday is that Scatabo is annoying the ever-living crap out of him because he's screaming all the time.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
But they're already at Beckham as starting a receiver for them.
Yeah, that's a tough scene.
Neighbors?
Neighbors looks great.
He looks
Neighbors
good.
looks great. He looks great.
I was
The
so
highlights,
ready for that to be bad.
Right, looks like a highlight. The highlights look like a guy that has no lingering injury.
Is it giving them too much credit to say they're the same as the Commanders? If whoever the healthier quarterback is from the two,
No.
that's the better team?
No. Jackson Dart is more of an adventure than a talent right now.
Yeah.
And he might turn into something pretty good, but I think there's a lot left.
They do both take massive hits.
They do.
Yeah.
That was Dart's big thing last year. How do we feel about Harbaugh?
I've turned negative on him.
Yeah?
I don't think it's going to work.
I think it'll be fine.
Bears.
We were waiting for the
Oh,
end
they're
of the
scary.
Giants. Yeah.
They're scary.
I just can't figure out who I want to draft in fantasy, Loveland or Burden.
All of the Bears fantasy chatter is that either Loveland or Burden will be the biggest fantasy player in the history of fantasy.
Yeah.
Right.
It's back and forth on which one
Which
offense
really
runs around.
Really, what you should do then at that point, those two, while everyone's spending crazy high picks to get them, you should just wait an hour and pick Roma Dunze.
I mean, maybe you should just get DeAndre Swift.
Do we think they'll win that division?
That is the most boring pick ever. That is also a good pick.
He's a cheap running back that they just continue to have on the field
Run him
quite a
into
bit.
the ground, yeah.
Right.
But Ben Johnson's really honest about their expectations, said they're the number 1 regression candidate, which is really refreshing for a coach to say.
He said that in response to Liam Cohen saying something about how the Bears have all this hype and no one's talking about us. And then Ben Johnson said, I don't know what he's talking about. We're the number 1 regression candidate in the league.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It'll be interesting to see if they can win the division with the Lions' easy schedule.
Yeah.
The Lions have, I believe, the easiest schedule in the league, and the Bears are middle.
Packers. One story on Green Bay is their receiving plan is different. Instead of like everybody moves everywhere, they're going to slot 3 guys into spots.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Watson is the Z, and Matthew Golden is the X, and Jaden Reed is in the slot, and that's pretty much the plan, with Tucker Kraft looking like he's on track for week 1.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
I think my new quarterback hill to die on is that Jordan Love is one of the best quarterbacks
And
in football.
underappreciated.
And
Yes.
underappreciated.
Micah Parsons is on the PUP list.
Yeah.
It's not a good look for the
Is
defense
he
to
gonna
start.
turn into a guy that just is never healthy anymore?
I don't know.
Like,
I mean,
don't
tore his
know.
Achilles, right? Is that what it was? Or was it ACL?
No,
ACL.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what to feel about that.
Jacobs is in a contract year and under a domestic violence
That was what I was just going to say. Not a great look
investigation,
there.
but he's not getting suspended.
Right.
So I guess he's got 1 more year there probably. And then that's it.
Yeah.
I would pick them to win the division. I love the Packers.
I think I'd
this
take
year.
the Bears.
I like LaFleur a lot.
I think I'd take the Bears.
He might be on hot seat.
Minnesota. Let's try to go a minute without making fun of J.J. McCarthy because no one else seems to be able to do it.
No.
Oh, if Kyler Murray is decent and plays quarterback for them, that's a good football team. They probably also would finish 4th, though.
Yeah.
I have one thing to say
What's
about
wrong with their roster otherwise? Their roster's pretty good.
It is good.
Yeah, it's good.
I feel like defensively they started to fall off. They get a lot of credit, though, because Brian Flores runs a nasty
Flores
defense.
is- yeah, Flores
Yes,
is
right.
When I think of the Vikings, I just think of
Yeah, that horn's in there somewhere.
Yeah.
I love that horn.
nonstop.
Yeah, I think I like the coach a lot. I think it'd be if they have a bad year to stack on top of last year and they fire him, I think that'd be a mistake.
Well, I was going to say, like we mentioned earlier, McDermott might be top of the list of coaching candidates. If Kevin O'Connell got fired, he could get whatever he wanted.
Oh, 100%.
That's see you later.
I don't think Minnesota's that silly, though.
No.
They just fired their GM.
do that.
Like they already kind of did the thing, except they fired the GM instead of the coach.
Mm-hmm.
Doing a power hour of sorts here.
Last
Joe
year,
Kelly, you're
third-
late on
they
the
were
bell.
third
That was
best
over a
defense.
minute.
Late on the bell?
That was late. It was a little late. We were doing like the 32 mark. Eating in the Lions here. A minute for every team. The Lions, Detroit.
Play caller question. Drew Petzeg, right? Coming over from Arizona. It's a huge question for them.
Taking it back from Campbell.
I
also, how much work is Gibbs going to get now that Montgomery is gone? Is he a bell cow?
Well, isn't Pacheco's the backup now?
Pacheco stinks though.
Yeah, he does stink. I just think they're going to win that division with how easy that schedule is. If they play the way they did last season against easy teams, I think that's going to work in their favor big time.
Yeah, so they have the easiest schedule in football. The rest of their division, the Bears have the 6th hardest, and both the Vikings and the Packers are also harder than it is easier, and they're number 1 for easiest.
The Lions also had unbelievable injuries last year.
Yes.
Losing Brian Branch, Kirby Joseph, Aiden Hutchinson.
Listen to their 5 games before the...
Nope, too late. Sorry.
I'll tell you another time.
Yeah.
Dang.
Carolina, they play tonight in the Hall of Fame game.
Quarterback's
Bryce
terrible.
Young, anything.
Xavier Legette carted off the field.
Yes.
Is he toast?
Yeah, we didn't get an update on that, I don't think.
Spurgus.
They already lost Brazel.
Spurgus.
They already lost Brazel.
Yep.
There's a lot of Jonathan Brooks hype.
Right. I've seen some of that.
Second-year running back.
Legette was a stinger, not a concussion. Looks like he'll be okay.
Oh, that's good.
Very good.
Brooks, remember, was the first running back picked, I believe, in his class, but he was going to miss the year, basically, with an injury. And now he's
back.
Probably be the starter, I guess. Second-round pick.
Who did they have? The kid that went off at the end of last year.
Chuba Hubbard.
No.
Crocker or something?
No idea.
No.
Rico Dowdle?
Coker.
That's not a kid.
Jalen Coker.
Jalen Coker got paid, too.
Jalen Coker. He's good.
He's good. He's good. Yeah,
They call his fans the Coke heads.
It's a lot of money for a guy who doesn't have 1,000 yards in his career.
Tampa.
Mess of a training camp.
yeah,
they don't want to pay anybody.
That sounds
That's
like
a team that waited too long to fire the coach, and they're about to have the lame duck year. Should have fired Todd Bowles. I don't think Todd Bowles is a very good coach.
And the quarterback might try to leave.
Is that where McDermott ends up?
That's what
So
I thought.
I would think it's a favorite, especially if they're going to keep Baker, because McDermott loves Baker.
Yes,
he does.
That's exactly why I thought it. I said
But
that the other
you
day.
might love Baker,
love
if you're trying to get your second job, is Baker a worthy player to take the job for?
Yeah, if you're picking between him and like Burrow, you're gonna be like, "Rah."
Well, also, did McDermott love Baker in the pre-draft process in 2018?
Probably.
Then maybe he's into it. Vita Vea said yesterday he doesn't see any way that this ends without a trade. So he thinks he's getting traded.
It's starting to sound more and more like that guy might actually get moved.
Yeah, right.
I didn't really think about
talking about that.
at all.
Where would he go that we would be mad?
The Rams.
The Rams,
The Chiefs.
the Patriots.
Patriots would stink.
Patriots would be.
I wouldn't be mad if he went to the Rams.
I'd be
Atlanta.
mad.
Atlanta's having the worst offseason.
Yeah.
Atlanta's having the worst training camp and offseason. One defensive end tore his ACL. The other's going to be suspended for off-the-field stuff because bad stuff.
Is Stefanski cursed?
Because
he got hired by Cleveland and then COVID hit, and then Deshaun Watson was his quarterback, and then he came to Atlanta.
They're just a mess. They have two left-handed quarterbacks that both probably stink.
And can't stay on the field.
Right. Atlanta's having a terrible offseason. But they have Bijan and Drake London and Kyle Pitts, who are they're all good. So
Diego Pavia potentially incoming to Atlanta with that situation going on
like
there.
I said, they're having the worst offseason.
Man.
It doesn't get worse.
Do it at that point, I don't know. I mean, I want to hit this buzzer right now with the Falcons.
I also like Zachariah Branch.
I feel like it's an insult when we don't get to a full minute on the team.
We're kind of stuttering to the end
We've
of
got 7 seconds.
Like, that's a team I don't want to watch in week 1.
Atlanta?
I don't know who they
I
play.
want to watch Bijan.
They play the
Ryan.
Steelers. That Falcons
Saints.
Steelers, terrible.
Saints.
They're going to
Tyler
be sneaky
Shuck.
good. Sneaky good season
I
coming.
saw my first pick of Saints to win the division yesterday.
Love it.
Kellen Moore, Coach of the Year.
Saints to win the division. The receivers are stacked.
I think the quarterback is maybe good.
Tyler Shuck looked good. Their defense got a lot better last year under Brandon Staley.
I mean, win-loss record is not the best way to do quarterbacking, but last year Spencer Rattler 1-7, Tyler Shuck 5-4 with the same team. Pretty big difference.
That's pretty large.
So the Saints are getting some love and some hype.
Yeah.
I like the weapons. Defense is supposed to be middle of the pack. Like that could be enough. They've
could be
two
enough.
good. They've 2 good running backs.
Stupid question. Who's their lead running back?
It's gonna be
Kamara or
Well,
no?
Yeah,
HN. Sorry, I forgot.
Kamara's gonna be the third down back in the passing.
That's right.
I forgot they
pass-catching
signed
back.
Travis Achan.
Travis
I'm
Achan.
still not there on that yet. I got to
I
get
know,
used to
it's
HN.
very
Yeah,
difficult.
he's the lead guy, and then Kamara's the third down back. Which is good. That's a good setup.
Yeah, I got those guys in some leagues. Seattle's got Seattle's the first Super Bowl winner that's able to talk about bulletin board material. They say we're not going to win the division. They say we're not good enough. 5th best odds to win the Super Bowl behind, Seattle. 14-3 last year, won the Super Bowl.
Heard Hard Knocks is pretty good so far.
Yeah, I've seen some good
Mike McDonald,
stuff.
the highlight.
I love him. I love him.
Rashid Shaheed glow up after a full offseason with the team?
Potentially, yes.
Right? That could happen.
Could there be an offensive regression with Kubiak out? Like
possible. Anytime you lose your play caller, you got to wonder.
They also lost the Super Bowl MVP, which I think can be fine. It's just very interesting rookie. They spent a first-round pick on a running back who did not play in college.
Oh.
Like Jadarian Price was a backup behind Jeremiah Love, and I think his total career carries is like 280 in 3 seasons.
So he's like
less than 100 per year.
He's the Matt Castle of running backs. Was it Matt Castle who didn't even play in college, or was it somebody else? Can't answer that.
We'll never know.
Can't answer that.
We'll never know.
Rams, Aaron Donald's practices.
Super team.
It's absurd.
Fine. I think
they're amazing.
I don't care if Aaron Donald comes back. That's great. We need other news because the NFL insiders are getting so cute with the Aaron Donald stuff.
Know.
Oh, have you heard of this guy? Get over it. Fine. Come back or don't come back.
I know.
He's Thanos on TV the other morning.
He's coming back.
Fine, come back.
He's only going to come back if he can reach his standard.
Right.
All right.
Oh, some guy worked out. Have you heard of him? Yeah.
His standard. Like, okay.
Come back
gonna
already.
Come back and be the best guy on the planet again all of a sudden?
Sam Monson did tweet out yesterday, like, I think that might be the case. He's 2 years younger than Cam Hayward, who's been the best defensive tackle in the league the last 3 years. And are we sure that 2 years of not getting hit in the rigors of the league is actually going to be bad?
I don't know. San Francisco. This is the power
substation.
Yeah, the power hour.
It would take the whole minute to read their injury list.
I want all of the substation content there is.
So yesterday, Kyle Juszczyk, their fullback, broken finger, right? And there's another receiver who got hurt. Substation.
I want the substation.
I mean, really, will they go back and do another? They did some investigation, right? The Niners, like, they did a research thing on.
Right.
Like, maybe they should try another one.
Yeah.
Maybe time for a second opinion.
I know.
The videos of training camp with all the wires and the stuff around them, like, it's kind of crazy.
It definitely visually looks like, man, that's crazy. But I also want to be cautious of, like, don't just keep doing studies that until you find something. If you're doing that many to just, maybe this 8th study we did found that there's one small side effect in
it
one.
Needs to be a thing.
Fair.
Do your research and then trust it.
They're claiming electromagnetic frequencies are messing up cellular structures.
I'm into it. I think it's just funny. I want all the content. I know we have to move on to another team, so I'll say this about the Arizona Cardinals. Give me Arizona. Why don't you tweet out some content about the substation where I saw this yesterday. It was the practice field, and behind it was the Eye of Mordor. And I just really like that. Arizona plays tonight in the Hall of Fame game.
And they can't catch a pass?
Well, Trey McBride can, but all the other guys can't.
Marvin Harrison Jr., Michael Wilson. Who else?
Wilson, I think, has been missing practice, which also might be why that's happening there.
Yeah,
because he's good. He's good.
I looked at both these rosters, the entire roster, to see if there's any former Bill playing in this game tonight, and I could not find anyone.
Whoa!
Now it's very possible there's like a lineman that came in for a cup of coffee or a special teamer, but no name jumped out at me as like, hey, so and so plays tonight. Nobody.
I think you might be right on that. I'm doing a quick search.
I mean, you can take a look. But
I don't see anybody.
You will not see you will not see Jeremiah Love tonight.
Rule
out.
He's this.
That's it.
That's it.
That's
second string.
That's the power hour. So what should we call that?
Power quarter hour?
Yeah.
quarter hour power?
How about the quick quarter? Listen, everybody knows you have to have alliteration.
Conference chaos.
It's not ranking. It's just
any good ones in the chat.
The quarter hour idea was AC in the chat. So.
Okay.
How about
the quarter hour is just a thing.
That's right. But I mean, it's more accurate than a power hour.
How about
the 16-minute drill?
The 16 minutes of mayhem. That's only if we're doing 16, like NFC, AFC. Because doing 32, now that's just ridiculous.
Quarter hour of power.
What about
hour of power?
One and done?
Bam.
One and done.
One and done because it's 1 minute.
There we go.
Jackpot.
One and done. That's pretty simple.
Call sales. Sell it.
Yes.
All right.
One and done. AFC,
one and done.
And we do like what? Do it
the minute.
1 minute and done.
Yeah. But are we doing AFC one day, NFC the other day?
Yeah.
Thursday, Friday.
So tomorrow we do the AFC. One and done.
Okay.
I like this.
I might add a ticking clock sound effect. We might add some layers to this now. throw this in there as we're getting close to that.
Vecna clock?
The Vecna clock, yeah.
What was that
Like
for
in the
that we
last
were
10
using
seconds.
That was
The
for
Vecna clock
Kevin
was to
Adams.
signal that Kevin Adams' time was limited.
Yes, that's right.
It was.
That's right.
One of the underrated bits
That
we
was
did.
really
Like
good.
that
was a good
and
one.
What a payoff
when
it was.
someone sees the clock, it's over. Like start, the Vecna clock.
That was really good that morning.
Where's? Yeah, it's fine.
What was the
They
thing?
don't give you Marconi awards
need
for
an
that.
SP for that.
You don't get a Marconi award for
Yeah.
saying Vecna's clock indicates that the GM is about to
We
be fired.
should though.
What was the thing I was about to get into, and then it immediately stopped right in my tracks? Oh, the Lions' schedule.
Yeah.
We'll have to get to. They have.
Well, now that we're outside
No,
of the-
we're not doing it now. But at some point, we got to talk about how their first, before their bye, they play nobody except the Bills. Like, if the Bills don't beat them, they're going to be undefeated for maybe a while.
Mm-hmm.
We had another scuffle at training camp. Sal, in one-on-ones, Josh Palmer and IGB get into it.
All right.
Palmer tossed the ball at him. They're grabbing each other's face masks. Shane Buechele came over to pull them away from each other. A couple others did as well.
Shane Buechele's the guy to break that up.
And then on the next rep, IGB locked him down.
Oh.
Oh, man.
Or
Not a good look for
Josh
Palmer.
Palmer couldn't get open.
Yeah, right.
Not a good look for Josh Palmer.
I think I'm gonna like IGB.
I think so,
I like
too.
the energy so far. I know that Hairston's kind of eating them up at camp in terms of reps and stuff.
I just worry about if there's a little Riley Moss to him. If you don't know the reference, he was a starter for the Broncos that could not stop taking penalties.
Yeah. Yeah. He's definitely got
I
that
don't know.
rep. College, it was a problem.
If they're playing a more aggressive defense,
Ooh, we have video of the
man
scuffle.
coverage stuff.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, video of the scuffle. Oh, yeah.
Oh, they're going at it.
Is it a fight? Do we qualify this as a fight?
Yeah, it's a face mask on face mask.
Bulldog and Shope had that discussion the other day. What defines a fight?
What is a
One
fight?
punch, two punch. Where do you get?
Like, listen,
It's a fight when both combatants have thrown a punch.
That's what I believe Sal said, that he defines most of these as scuffles.
Scuffles, yeah.
Or skirmishes.
Kerfuffles.
Kerfuffles.
here's the play-by-play.
Donnie Brooks. No, Donnybrook is way above these.
It's a one-on-one. Allen throws the pass. Palmer does catch it. I think he feels like he was held. He pushes IGB. IGB starts walking towards him. Then Palmer throws the ball.
Sounds like Palmer was the
Palmer.
initiator here.
By throws the ball, he kind of threw it up into his face where his hands were. It goes off his hands, at which point IGB's like, I ain't having that. And then they get into it, and we're going illegal hands to the face. It's really just a double illegal.
Start yelling at each other. Yeah.
Start writing the stories about this Bills rookie class having some nasty to them. Because in the last 2 practices, I've got IGB, TJ Parker, and Caleb Elam-Zor all being the source of fights.
Yeah. I love it. Am I allowed to love it?
I think so.
I don't think you want to
kinda
love the
it.
shot at Kincaid, but
That's the thing. You don't want to love the shot that makes it happen.
Unless maybe you do.
necessarily,
I kind of think I kind of do like that.
yeah.
I kind of like that. That kid's like, I'm doing it, man. I don't know. I know it's stupid, and I would have fought the guy if it was my teammate.
Now,
but
just pointing out,
like
Kyer Elam fought Diggs.
He did.
Sure.
They talked a lot back and forth, too.
Right.
The only point is, like, fighting's cool.
Playing good matters.
If you're good.
We got some reports, too, that Keon Coleman cooked IGB and then dropped the easiest pass of all time. Is kind of what I'm seeing on Twitter right now. So
good?
Kind of good and bad. He got open, and then he just drops her a thing with him.
Yeah.
I referenced this when you were off last week. Everyone forgets he dropped a touchdown against the Broncos that everyone forgot about because there was a penalty on the play. But he didn't know that. It was 3rd down in the red zone. Allen found him in the back of the end zone wide open. He just dropped the ball.
Right.
And if there wasn't a penalty on the play, everyone would have remembered that all offseason.
Was the penalty declined because of the
It was
drop?
declined because he dropped it.
Right. If he catches that, the penalty gets taken.
Because it would have been a touchdown.
And it was a 3rd down, so they still would get like a 3rd down play.
It was a jump throw by Allen. Ridiculous jump throw across the body over the middle to Coleman, wide open. He dropped it. That's from Dan Fates. So got to hang on to the ball.
Former Bills punter Sam Martin is on the Panthers. Thanks to Mike for that one. We missed that one. I didn't look at special teamers. Jeremy and Joe, hope you liked the one and done. We'll do it in the AFC tomorrow. Sal's at training camp. Some highlights, some fireworks already. A little bit of a dust up between Josh Palmer and IGB. Sal, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Yeah, nothing like we saw on first day of Pats, first full day of contact, but a little scuffle there. IGB and Josh Palmer, and Josh Palmer tossed the ball at him. IGB didn't like it. They grabbed each other's face masks. That's one of the fights where what are you going to do about that, right? You just keep grabbing each other's face masks, going back and forth. First man in on the scene was Shane Buechele, and he was grabbing him by the waist, and that was interesting to see because he was a little smaller than those guys, trying to pull him apart, and they separated. It was all right. They did take another rep against each other. Right after that, we're like, okay, what's going to happen? Josh Palmer went deep. IGB had very sticky coverage and knocked it away, and he let him know about it. Josh Palmer just kind of ran back to the huddle.
Yeah. Sal, what do you make of the, it seems a growing theme that it's rookies, young guys, that are bringing a new level of intensity to this team?
I think we can go back to what people have talked about specifically with a guy like C.J. Gardner-Johnson when he was signed. And all the talk of, well, Sean McDermott wouldn't have a guy like this. I don't think that's true. Long, deep ball here. Let's see. Hardman against Hairston. A little bit of great coverage. Hairston, you heard the crowd in the background. Hairston knocked it away from Nicole Hardman deep. All the safeties. C.J. Gardner-Johnson first down the field to congratulate him. I think it goes back to a guy like him. You hear about, like, Sean McDermott wouldn't have guys like this in the team. I don't know. I will say this. I think they intentionally went out to find really competitive dudes, dogs, guys that just don't give a crap. And they're going to go and they're going to punch you in the mouth and punch you in the face and say, this is football, this is how we play. And I think it's very by design, very intentional. And every time we talk about these rookies, those are the buzzwords that we keep hearing.
You mentioned C.J. Gardner-Johnson back and practicing in full, and that is a very quick turnaround for a calf strain.
Absolutely. And especially for a guy who's on a one-year deal, a veteran, been around, look, I mean, these guys could say, hey, you know what, I'll give it a little more time. I don't want to be out there in camp pushing it. But no, he's out here. He's playing. He was out here right away, and he's doing everything. He was just in on 11 on 11. That's really good news. Deion Walker out here in 11 on 11. That's really good news. I posted some video of both of them guys, and you can see Deion Walker's very large elbow brace on his left arm that he's wearing. But now he is also a part of it. A little bit of a scare earlier. DJ Moore was down, like getting looked at by a trainer. Like he didn't go down. I just happened to see him getting looked at by a trainer. I thought he was just getting stretched. I didn't think anything of it. And then he got up, and I didn't see him take any one-on-one reps. Now, Matt Perino, our buddy at Shout Podcast, said he did see him take one-on-one rep early on against Benford. I didn't specifically see that, but I didn't see him take anything after that. If he did take one, wondered what was happening. He still had his helmet on, walking around, but he got back in 11 on 11. So honestly, it could have just been, hey, let me just take this period off. Let me get a little more stretching. Could have been something like that.
So are we back to, Sal, where we were at the start of camp, kind of, where Shavers is the only one that's really not out there?
Yeah, that's a good point. I think that's the case. I think that is the only guy I can think of that's really not out here doing anything.
Because the linebackers are back, obviously, at this point. So
linebackers are back, and they're rotating in a little bit. I'm looking now. Caleb Elarmzor is in there right now. And we did see Dorian Williams, Terrell Bernard, both in there. Another deep pass. This one going, they'll push off. I'm going to call push off on this. Yeah, great pass from Josh to maybe Steven Gosnell, I think. Very nice catch. A little push off there, and who was in coverage, I couldn't tell. But, yeah, so Geno Stone. I think you're seeing a lot of that. I mean, that's the second downfield pass I've seen here in the last couple minutes with you guys on the air. So that's been a theme too, Joe, which is kind of pushing the ball down the field a little bit. A little while ago, we saw a bat drop by Keon Coleman. Josh hit him right in the hands, crossing over the middle. Nice gain, and Keon just dropped it. So you don't want to see something like that either.
Yeah. But also, Sal, I just saw the video from Gene Battaglia, WGR Rochester. He's a camp too. Tyler Bass is kicking.
Yeah, let me see. Is he on the backfield? I didn't see him specifically here.
It looks like he's on the normal field from the video I just saw on Twitter.
Well, they do have the field goals. The goalposts. They're moving.
Okay.
So I'm going to check that out, guys. I appreciate you giving me the heads up on that. I'll go check that out. I've been down here watching the offense go against the defense.
Okay. But anyways, on Coleman, that's a couple drops now at camp, right? Like maybe not like every day, but there have been a few, including the first one at camp.
Yeah. And, the first one, very first pass at camp, he dropped it. That was in the rain. Dry conditions out here. You got to hold on to that. He's made some nice plays as well. So we haven't talked a lot about Keon because I don't think he stood out in any real positive or negative way other than that early drop. But he came right back that day. It was a really nice catch. on the next play. He's made a couple plays. He's had times where, the defender made a nice play against him. So, look, I think the way I look at it with Keon Coleman is if he could be in the mix to be on the field as a number 3 receiver quite often, and he's shown up and doing everything he's supposed to do, I think that's fine. I don't expect him to outrank, so to speak, DJ Moore or Khalil Shakir. But if he could be in the mix and go out be on the field as a number 3 receiver, I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all.
Sal Capaccio live from St. John Fisher at training camp. Thanks, Sal.
You got it, guys.
Quick check-in, practice ongoing. The field goal kicking is happening on the left side of the grass field, and Sal's, I think, on the right side, watching offense versus defense. So like he said, he saw the uprights. When he walks over, he will see Tyler Bass.
Yeah, it looks like there's a couple videos now of him. He's kicking from the 30-yard line. So
well, the conspiracy's over. Now we're seeing him kick.
Yeah. Good.
Fun.
They have a kicker again.
Want to play a quick fun game? Bill Barnwell has listed every NFL player that's going to the Hall of Fame that's currently rostered. Who is in? That's not the game. Who's in?
Okay, who's there could be a lot of guys, right?
He's got in, on the cusp, keep it up, work to do, or missing out, which is like on the cusp is like you're pretty much there. Keep it up is like Jamar Chase. It'd be fine.
Yeah.
Work to do is an interesting one. Aren't on track with their existing resume. But in some cases, could be injury, slowed progress, or they haven't played a Hall of Fame caliber long enough. The Bills have Josh Allen as in, and 2 players with work to do. Who are the Bills' 2 players, Bill Barnwell says, have work to do, but are honorably mentioned as Hall of Fame candidates?
All right. Deion Dawkins.
No.
James Cook.
Yes.
Work to do.
Work to do, James Cook. And one more.
And this is going to be... Am I missing someone obvious here? There's no...
This is aside from Josh?
Josh is in.
Oh, right. In.
In.
Okay, right. I mean, I don't think you're missing anybody obvious. Is there anybody older? Is it Coach? John Fox?
There's no way he's putting John Fox in that article.
It's not a coach.
That would be funny, though.
Hilarious.
I don't know. Can't be more.
Bradley Chubb.
Nope.
No.
DJ Moore.
I almost feel like it's got to be a younger guy that's like Bishop.
No.
No
the
way.
only guy that could be like tracking that way. I don't know.
Spencer Brown.
Wow.
He's Brown, but not Dawkins.
But not Dawkins?
Yeah.
Wow.
I crossed Brown out of my head when he said no to Dawkins.
Spencer Brown.
Brandon Thorne the other day from Bleacher Report, who is like one of the best lineman guys out there. In fact, he's a former lineman, right? He ranked Brown as the 3rd best right tackle in football right now.
All right.
Or excuse me, tied for 2nd. He only had him behind Lane Johnson.
Trying to find how many players Barnwell puts in the Hall of Fame. I'm getting the list together right now.
Brown has not made a Pro Bowl yet. I mean, maybe that changes, and Pro Bowl's not exact anyway.
Yeah,
no All-Pro votes. I mean, he's excellent.
He's great. Is he better than Dawkins now?
Yes.
Yes, right? He's the best lineman?
I don't know about that.
It's close, I think.
I mean, if the guy who studies linemen in the league more than anybody thinks he's the 2nd best right tackle in football, I think you could argue he's the 2nd best Bill.
Right.
Who else is the 2nd best at their position in football? On this team? Probably nobody.
No.
It's Allen, and if he is the 2nd best right tackle, he is higher ranking at his position than any other Bill on the team.
Yeah. Tommy Dolman.
Tommy Dolman.
So you want to just real quick before Extendo Sports guess how many players he has in the Hall of Fame?
In the league?
Current active players that in means you wouldn't have to do another thing. You are in.
Like a couple dozen?
I'm going to guess that it's around 30.
I'm counting it up right now. Josh adds to this list.
Mahomes, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Mahomes is on this list.
I'm going to guess that it averages out to about 1 a team, but some teams will have 2 guys that are in.
35, 36.
17. It is 17 players.
Really?
17 players.
How many are on the Rams?
3.
I was just
Miles Garrett, Matt Stafford, and
McDuffie.
McDuffie. Did you say McDuffie?
No. This is an easy answer.
Devontae Adams.
Oh,
Devontae
Devontae
Adams.
Adams. Sorry.
In.
Yeah.
He has 3 49ers in.
McCaffrey.
Yep.
Kittle.
Nope.
Trent Williams.
Yep.
And
Fred Warner.
Fred Warner.
No.
Nick Bosa.
Mike Evans.
Mike
Oh,
Evans.
yeah, that's right. The team change.
That's cheating.
Okay.
But they have a lot of names there, huh? Like,
Yeah.
he's got those guys as in on the cusp.
Kelsey and Chris Jones on the Chiefs.
On the cusp, Kittle and Warner. On the Chiefs, yes. Kelsey, Jones, Mahomes.
Okay.
2 on the Ravens.
Lamar and Henry.
2 on the Steelers.
Rodgers.
Rodgers and TJ
Watt?
Watt.
No.
Watt. Yep.
Oh, not Hayward?
Nope. TJ Watt.
Okay.
1 on the Eagles.
Barkley?
Nope.
Oh, Lane Johnson.
Lane Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Just said him.
1 on the Colts.
Jonathan Taylor?
Nope.
Ooh, Colts.
Who's on the Colts? It's good. Oh, Quentin Nelson.
Yep.
Nelson, yeah.
1 on
Don't
the
forget your lineman.
1 on the Chargers.
Lad McConkey. No. Not Justin Herbert.
Is Keenan Allen still there?
No. Khalil Mack.
Khalil Mack.
And then Josh Allen. Those are the 17 Bill Barnwell says those guys are in.
Okay.
And like Jamar Chase's, there's a lot of keep it up you're probably going to make of it. You just have to keep going.
That's probably where I got to 30
Yeah.
instead of 17.
I think I want to become entrenched in this Spencer Brown's the second best Bill take.
Dante Pettis, a contested catch over Geno Stone. The defense insists that Pettis pushed off. Oh, sorry. I thought contested catch. We were going to say, is it a catch? That was from Lance Lysowski at training camp. Anyway, all right. Extendo Sports, we'll get out of here and pass you out to the Northtown Automotive Extra Point Show. All right. Northtown Automotive Extra Point Show is coming up. Bill's practicing, getting some scuffles. Some good news on C.J. Gardner-Johnson. He's back on the field after a very brief absence. We went from Achilles to a couple weeks to he's just back on Thursday.
He's back.
That's good. Very good. All right. Enjoy the Hall of Fame game tonight. We did not put together a parlay.
There weren't a lot of lines out there.
No. The Parlay Kings will ride when the season begins. Until then, we'll just practice. We'll practice. So that's tonight, about 10 hours and 8 minutes away, the Hall of Fame game. Cardinals and Panthers. Football on TV. Lots of it coming. See you tomorrow.